Ludington Oriole football team is back in action tonight with live coverage on 102.7 WMOM and the Oriole Sports Network. Tonight's gridiron action is brought to you in part by House of Flavors Manufacturing, Safe Harbor Credit Union, Smith & Eddy Insurance. Also by Indian Summer Co-op, Crown and Cork, Ludington Paint and Glass. Live coverage of the Ludington Orioles is also brought to you in part by Lundquist Furniture, Benedict's Auto Center, and McGee Insurance. The Oriole Sports Network and 102.7 WMOM are teaming up to bring you exclusive coverage of tonight's game. And without delay, let's go inside the press box with the voice of the Orioles, Todd "Scoop" Hansen.
Tonight's game also is being brought to you by Pure Marquette Builders and Urca Auto Center. Good evening, Oriole fans and Oriole Nation. Scoop Hansen, the voice of the Orioles, with you. I'm joined tonight by Evan Cruzy doing the color commentary. Evan, of course, the Ludington Orioles varsity baseball coach, also Coach Charlie Gunsel's official statistician. We have Braden Kronline, our OSN WMOM technical engineer, and also back with us this week, Julia Havman. She's the OSN camera woman. We kind of feel a little bit bad, don't we, Evan, for Julia? She's up on the roof here at Whitehall tonight. I mean, it's not raining, but we do have a pretty good north wind.
Yeah, it's a little chilly. I feel a little guilty. You know, I got this heater on my feet, and Julia's got, I think, 4 coats on up there. But, hey, you know, that's part of the job, so I'll enjoy the booth.
Exactly, Evan, and we did tell her to dress warm. And good having you back there, Evan. The 2 weeks we saw you at the press box at Oriole Field for the Orioles' victory over Montague and against Manistee last week, the big homecoming victory. Our Orioles having a really nice year, 5-1 on the season, and they are 3-1 in the West Michigan Conference Lakes Division. The Orioles have scored 196 points this year. They've given up 103. The Whitehall Vikings, they're a beast of a different nature. They have scored 309 points this year, only given up 70. They're 6-0 on the year, 3-0 in the West Michigan Conference Lakes Division. Last year, we played them around the same time right here on the field. We lost 49-0 to them, and it seems like they've improved. I know we've improved quite a bit from last year, but so have they.
Whitehall's a monster this year. You know, they do everything well. Maybe the best quarterback in the skiing area, and Kyle Stratton, great line, great skill guys. You know, there's a reason they're ranked number 2 in the state in Division 4, and the Orioles have a big task at hand, but they're going to be up for it tonight, Scoop.
I think they will. They're going to accept the challenge. They're going to look forward to playing this Whitehall team tonight. Last year, Whitehall 8-3 on the season. They scored 400 points. They gave up 158. Big night tonight for the Ludington Orioles. And Evan, also one thing that I'm sure Coach Charlie Gunsel is looking at tonight is this is you look at both these teams, Ludington and Whitehall, unless there's a total collapse, both of these teams are going to be in the same bracket. They are going to make the playoffs, and they'll be in the same bracket.
Yeah, both teams are sitting really pretty. Obviously, nothing's guaranteed. Got to finish the season strong, but, you know, Whitehall at 6-0, Ludington at 5-1. And just looking at the playoff points in the map here, it's pretty clear both are going to be in the same district. Both teams are going to work towards better seeding, and most likely Whitehall's looking at the 1 seed, and Orioles are hoping to finish strong with the 2 seed, most likely. So hopefully host a playoff game here in a few weeks.
And the other couple of the other teams there are kind of looking for that bracket right there right now are Fruitport and Fremont.
Yeah, Fruitport's looking at it. Fremont's competing. Big game this week for the Fremont Packers, going all the way to Montague. If they win that game, they're sitting pretty to join that bracket as well. Hudsonville Union Christian's in the mix. Allendale's in the mix. Honkers, a lot of good schools. So a lot to be determined with 3 weeks to go still.
A lot of football left, Evan. You just said it right there. 3 weeks to go. We want to thank House of Flavors Manufacturing, our exclusive pregame sponsor. Delicious House of Flavors ice cream sold around the world, made right here in Ludington. House of Flavors Manufacturing, proud to help keep our hometown dynamic and support Ludington Oriole sports. Producing and distributing quality ice cream since 1937, and pleased to be an important corporate citizen and premier employer in the Ludington community. That's House of Flavors Manufacturing. Learn more at www.houseofflavors.com, and make sure you check out, stop down to House of Flavors, folks. Check out one of their 40 different flavors of ice cream that they have. Right now, we're going to step aside and listen to the interview I did with Oriole head coach Charlie Gunsel earlier this afternoon. Stay tuned, those fans. Welcome, Ludington Oriole fans, to the House of Flavors Manufacturing pregame coaches interview. Coach Gunsel, your team coming off that very emotional, great victory against arch rival Manistee last week, homecoming, the Dad's Trophy. So many great things about last week. Now tonight you get one of the state's best teams in the Whitehall Vikings. They're 6-0, rated number 2 in Division 4. But I know your boys are not going to shy away from the great competition tonight.
No, we clearly understand that Whitehall has a special thing going right now. I think you look at them. on film, it's very difficult to find weaknesses. They're big, strong, and fast, and they're well coached. And so when you have those combinations, it tends to be a pretty good football team. And they are. They have aspirations. And, our job tonight is to come down here, continue to play our type of football regardless of our opponent. At times over the last 2 weeks, I felt we played at an incredibly high level. We need to continue to play at that high level this evening, even though we're facing better athletes than we faced in the previous 2 weeks. So our guys are excited. We're not going to shy away from it. We understand our opponent. We understand the task we have in front of us. But we've just all week, we just play. We want to play, and it doesn't matter who we're playing.
And your boys look like they're just not only executing at a high level out there, they're having a ton of fun, aren't they?
Yeah, I think this group gets along as well as any group I've ever had. They enjoy each other. They enjoy playing the game of football with each other, and we're having success. And when you have all those things and those components, it makes for a very enjoyable season. And I think we're in the midst of that right now. We certainly want to keep this feeling going. And tonight we will be tested like we have not been tested to this point. Whitehall just brings a lot of different factors to the table that we have not experienced. So all week we work on what we do. We can't control what Whitehall does, but we can certainly control what we do and how we react to it.
From 1969 to 88, Ludington and Whitehall were conference foes in the old Seaway Conference. Last year you played them for the first time since 1988. And it was a non-league game, but now it's the first time Ludington and Whitehall will meet as members of the West Michigan Conference. If your team can pull off the win tonight, could get a share of the conference championship.
Yeah, we still have Orchard View next week, but we did talk to the kids briefly about that. As we're playing basically in a conference championship football game. Our first year in the West Michigan Conference, we've put ourselves in this position, and it's great to be in this position. There's going to be a great crowd here tonight. It's Whitehall homecoming. They're going to have a lot of people show up and support them. We always travel well. I think we travel as well as anybody in the conference. And so I expect a tremendous atmosphere down here tonight.
Strong north wind tonight, so that may have that might figure into the ball game as well. If you look at the Whitehall Vikings, they have not really been tested this year. Their closest game was a 41-30 victory over Hopkins.
Yeah, Hastings.
Hastings, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Hastings, who's a good ball club, 5-1 Hastings. So, yeah, they opened up with Unity Christian. They put 26 unanswered on them in the second half, and then they went to, Hastings and beat a very, very good Hastings team. And then they've kind of been rolling, and they've rolled everybody. And so, our focus tonight is to possess the ball to the best of our ability. I think the best defense against Whitehall is not to let their offense have the ball. But we're going to do it probably in an unconventional way. Whitehall up front is incredibly big and strong, so our job is going to be to try to get to the edges any way we can as quickly as we can and get our kids. Our whole goal offensively is to turn this into a 3-on-3, 2-on-2, 1-on-1 type of game. That's always been our philosophy when we run into these big physical football teams. And defensively is to corral them and make them work for their touchdowns. Limit the big plays because they have big play potential all over the field.
As you said, Coach, they're strong all across the board, but their quarterback, Stratton, he's in a different atmosphere, as well as their running back. I think it's Nate Bolly.
Yeah, Bolly's been, those guys, Stratton's only a junior, Bolly's a senior. Those kids, when you watch them play, sometimes it looks like a video game. Stratton will run all over, and then he'll just uncork like a 50-yard ball to Bolly. So, they're athletic. There's incredibly athletic kids, and they make plays, and it looks like they have fun doing it as well. So, again, just try to limit big plays tonight is going to be critical for us.
And how are we doing health-wise? It seems like we've been very fortunate this season.
Yeah, I think, we have a few injuries that we're dealing with, but nothing. Probably the biggest one tonight is we'll be without Miles Wilson, our kicker. Hurt himself this week, and so Lincoln Patterson's going to do our kicking tonight, a sophomore that we've brought up, and Lincoln is excited for that opportunity. But overall, generally, just banged up. Through 7 weeks, we played Montague, Manistee, 2 physical ball games. Now we get ready for a third very physical ball game. But, it's 2 of these kids have prepared in the offseason, so those bumps and bruises and aches and pains are less when you're prepared.
Well, Coach, the Orioles and the Vikings tonight. The Orioles trying for a share of the conference lead. Again, you got Muskegon Orchard View next week, but a very strong, a very talented team. Would say easily the best team you've played this season.
Oh, without doubt. And it's tenfold. These guys are in a little different place than anybody we've seen to this point, but that's what makes it exciting. This is why we're in the West Michigan, is to play in games like this. And I've said it multiple times this year. We went to Oak Ridge, very good Oak Ridge team, and it was a great environment. We enjoyed that. We're going to Whitehall. We understand what they are, but we also understand what we are, these are the types of games and atmosphere that Ludington belongs in.
Well, good luck, Coach. I'm sure the players are really looking forward to it. I know the coaching staff is. Your broadcast team is looking forward to it as well. And go get them O's. We'll talk to you after the ball game, Coach.
All right, thanks, Scoop.
House of Flavors Manufacturing has been producing and distributing quality ice cream since 1937. The company is a contract manufacturer of private label ice cream for some of the premier food store brands, as well as a provider of premium bulk ice cream for scoop shops and restaurants around the United States. For the 220 dedicated workers, employment at House of Flavors Manufacturing is worthwhile work as it brings fun and joy into people's daily lives and important celebrations. The business is always striving to make people smile while enjoying its delicious ice cream. House of Flavors Manufacturing is pleased to be an important corporate citizen and premier employer in the Ludington community. Yummy House of Flavors ice cream, sold around the world, is made right here in Ludington. House of Flavors Manufacturing is proud to help keep our hometown dynamic. You can learn more about House of Flavors Manufacturing at www.houseofflavors.com. Welcome back to Whitehall. Scoop Hansen, Evan Cruzy, Braden Kronline, Julia Havman. You know, Evan, looking at Whitehall, 6-0 this year, 3-0 West Michigan Conference. Their victories over Hudsonville Unity Christian, 54-26. Hastings, 41-30. That's their closest ball game. Alpena, 56-0. Montague, 60-6. Manistee, 56-0. And a good, solid Oak Ridge team, 42-8. You look at those scores, that tells you how good this Whitehall team is.
Maybe the best we've seen in the last few years just in West Michigan in general. It's hard to compare teams like that, but obviously a team like Whitehall, those scores speak for itself because those are all good teams as well.
Whitehall, an original member of the West Michigan Conference. They were with the league when it formed in 1932. Then they left and came back in 1940 to 1960, left again, came back in 1985 to the present day. They have been members of the West Michigan Conference. So they've been in the conference for 59 years. The original members with them, Shelby, Mason County Central, Montague, and Hart, all 1932 as well, and Hart, Montague, and Mason County Central, all 90 years in the conference, as well as Shelby. So, we talked about that, the stability of this conference, the tradition. If you look at Whitehall, they have won 2 outright titles in the West Michigan Conference in football in 98 and 99, and they shared 2 in 91 and 2021. So last year they shared the West Michigan Conference championship.
Yeah, and they're looking for outright tonight. If they win, they're probably going to be the outright champs. Ludington's got a chance to play for the tie tonight.
Yeah, and then we still got Orchard View next week. Now, you look back at the Ludington versus Whitehall on the gridiron over the years. The first game was played in 69. Ludington won the first 3 meetings. It ended up in 1988. That was the last time they played as members of the Seaway Conference. Whitehall won that game 10-8, and then last year they met as non-league members, and Whitehall beat us 49-0. We're going to step aside right now, folks, and when we come back, we'll have the PM Builders starting lineup coming your way. Stay tuned.
At Pure Marquette Builders, we build the home of your dreams without the headaches normally associated with home building. Fast, simple, and completely customized to fit your needs. Pure Marquette Builders builds beautiful modular homes in the Ludington and surrounding West Michigan communities. Please call Scott at 231-398-7463 to discuss your future projects. Pure Marquette Builders is proud to support Ludington Oriole Athletics. Go O's!
When you think about your banking needs, the first place that should come to mind is Safe Harbor Credit Union. We put people over profits and shows in everything we do. I'm Adam Johnson, President and CEO at Safe Harbor Credit Union and former Ludington Oriole athlete. We're excited to once again be the premier halftime show sponsor for the Oriole Sports Network. At Safe Harbor Credit Union, we always put the members first. And here, you're more than just a number, you're family. If you haven't experienced the credit union difference, there's never been a better time to switch. We value our relationships with these student athletes. You can find us in the stands cheering for that next win, or find us in your local classrooms teaching financial literacy. That's what we value, being the local financial institution you can trust with all of your banking needs. When you invest with us, all of your money will be invested locally with local decision making. Your success is our success. We belong to you. Check us out at our new location at 5511 West US 10 in Ludington. We can't wait to have you join our family.
You deserve more than just a fast quote when it comes to your insurance. With over 12 decades of experience, we at Smith & Eddy are here to provide you with the best information and to stand by your side when you need us most. With offices in Ludington, Scottville, and Manistee, we are happy to help at wherever home may be. Let our team of highly trained professionals help you find the best insurance to secure your lifestyle needs. The security you need from the people you know. Smith & Eddy Insurance.
Indian Summer Montmorency Tart Cherry Juice is packed with natural anti-inflammatories to help reduce pain after exercise. It's the ultimate antioxidant that combats soreness, getting you back to the gym or on the trail faster. Indian Summer Tart Cherry Juice, ready to drink from fresh pressed tart cherries, grown and produced in the U.S. and always gluten-free. It's just sweet enough and priced just right. Bring home the great taste of real fruit. Bring home Indian Summer Montmorency Tart Cherry Juice. Ask for it at your local store.
Welcome back, folks, to Whitehall, and we got week 7 Michigan High School Athletic Association football action coming your way. We want to thank PM Builders, your exclusive starting lineup sponsor. And here is the starting lineup for Whitehall. Starting at quarterback number 2, Kyle Stratton. The running back, number 22, Jackson Cook. The slot backs are number 3, Nate Bully, and number 6, Kamar Reddy. The wide receivers, number 9, Camden Thompson, and number 11, Trennan Ayler. On the offensive line for the Vikings, offensive tackles are 50, Chase Nuzarowski, as well as 67, Winton Napier. The guards are 54, Wesley Russell, and 74, Shane Cook, and the center, 56, Chance Monroe. On defense for the Vikings, their defensive linemen, 67, Napier, and 73, Waller, are defensive tackles. The nose guard, number 99, Jamar Hill. The linebackers for the Vikings, number 22, Jackson Cook, and number 8, Grayson Shepard, are middle linebackers. Outside linebackers are 20, Everett Napier, and number 5, Jaden Alt-Gilbers. And the secondary for Whitehall, the safety is 11, Trennan Ayler, and number 4, Lucas Palmer. The cornerbacks are 6, Kamar Reddy, and number 3, Nate Bully. That's the starting defense for the Whitehall Vikings. The Orioles have just kicked off, and we're underway here at Whitehall. Kicking off for the Orioles was number 26, Lincoln Patterson. He is a sophomore, and he is up tonight playing in place of Miles Wilson, who is injured. So Whitehall comes out on offense. The Oriole defense for you tonight, defensive tackles, number 50, Colby Nelson. The nose tackles, 28, Derek Dunsel. The defensive ends are 30, Dom Wheaton, and number 60, Miguel Mendez. The linebackers for the Orioles are number 5, Trey Forfinski, and number 9, Levi Lehman. We'll get to the secondary momentarily, folks. But Colby Nelson, I saw him before the game. He wanted to send a shout-out to the Colby Nelson fan club. And there's a penalty marker down, and the Oriole defense doing a nice job on that first play right there. They kept the Whitehall quarterback, Kyle Stratton, in check right there, Evan.
Yeah, it's kind of probably a sign what's going to come. Kyle Stratton, probably their best overall athlete in the entire school. They have a lot of great athletes, but he's probably going to get a lot of touches tonight. See what this first penalty, though, is, Scoop.
Holding on Whitehall. Okay. So first play of the game right there, the first offensive play for the Whitehall Vikings. I'll give you the rest of that Oriole defense. The secondary for the Orioles, the cornerbacks, number 14, Aiden Gilchrist, number 11, Nathan Gilchrist, and number 4, Cole Johnson. The free safety, number 1, Gage Jones, and the strong safety, number 24, Daniel Ramirez. First down for Whitehall. They'll get a pass out, and Bully has it. And Bully knocked out of bounds right there, stepped out, and Gage Jones over there forcing him out of bounds. So that gain of,
maybe a generous 3 there.
Yeah, that'll bring up a second down, and actually the scoreboard gave him a generous 5, Evan. So, I'm always going to go trust what my color commentary statistician man says, but
Definitely wasn't 5. But that's okay. That's okay.
yeah. Okay, second down for the Whitehall Vikings. We're just underway in this ball game. Here's a pass, and it's complete. Boy, that ball right on the money right there. And catching the pass from quarterback Kyle Stratton was number 9, Camden Thompson. He's just a sophomore, and if that name sounds familiar to Oriole fans from basketball season, a heck of an athlete, and he had a very good freshman year for the Whitehall Vikings on their varsity basketball team.
Quarterback Kyle Stratton, they're just kind of giving you the first demonstration of that arm strength.
Now Stratton will give the ball to Kamar Reddy. Reddy still on his feet. Reddy, and then he's finally knocked down by Oriole inside linebacker Trey Forfinski. Late flag on the play as well. A big gain right there by Kamar Reddy. He got the ball down right around the Oriole 30-yard line, and just like that, Whitehall, just a couple plays, they're showing you their quick strike offense.
Well, that's 4 plays, too, and that's 4 different guys that have touched the ball already, too, just to show how much they're going to spread it around tonight.
We're at Whitehall. It is Whitehall's homecoming tonight, and it was their homecoming last year when we were here. I believe it was October 3rd when we were here last year. All right, we got the indication here from the official. We have a personal foul on the Ludington Orioles, so that'll tack 15 yards onto that huge play right there.
I think they're calling Trey Forfinski there for a high hit.
Yeah, I don't know if it was it wasn't targeting, but it was, like you said, a high hit, Evan. Yeah. I don't think I don't think he meant helmet to helmet right there, but the official signified there. So anyway, irregardless right now for Whitehall, it's 1st and 10. Ball is on the Oriole 13-yard line. 11:08 remaining in the opening quarter. Ludington won the toss. They deferred. And here's a pass into the end zone, and it's picked off. It's intercepted. Cole Johnson picks it off in the end zone, and there's a huge play by Cole Johnson in the Oriole defense, Evan.
Great job by Cole. Good positioning there to kind of box out his man right, get in front of him, turn his head in time, and come down after kind of a hard collision there in the end zone as well.
That's our Indian Summer Safe Harbor Credit Union halftime show, Player in the Spotlight. You'll hear the interview I did with Cole the other day. And that'll be aired at the half here tonight. 11 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Ludington with their first offensive possession.
I believe that's only Stratton's second interception of the year as well.
That's that's pretty impressive. He's only had 2 picks this year. All right, Oriole offense on the field. I'll give you the starting lineup here momentarily, folks. Quarterback Chase Hackert. Hackert will get the ball out to Forfinski. Forfinski cuts it back in, and he's got a little gain right there. Quarterback number 15, Chase Hackert. His tailback is number 5, Trey Forfinski. The slot back 14, Aiden Gilchrist. The H-back, number 9, Levi Lehman. The wide receivers are 1, Gage Jones, and also number 11, Nathan Gilchrist. The center, number 55, Michael Nichols. All juniors on that offensive line except for Adam Keffer. And Keffer is the right tackle. He wears 54. The left guard, 53, Will Luce. The right guard, 52, Charlie Gamble. The left tackle, 62, Corbin Wagonmaker. 2nd and 6 for the Orioles. There's a fumble, and I believe Forfinski able to fall on it right there. Whitehall was all over that right there. Even if he held on to the ball, Evan, that was going to be a loss on the play.
Yeah, they didn't fall for that at all. Ludington's running that pitch play a lot. They've probably seen that on film, but hey, like Coach Gunsel said, we want to get on the edge, try to use our speed, but Whitehall's going to be looking for that too.
Very successful last week. The Orioles were running that play against the Manistee Chippewas. Whitehall, a bit of a different story, though.
Yeah, it's a very different animal when it comes to athletically and scheme. So just kind of be a lookout for that. You know, if we're going to try to get the edge, there's going to be a guy matching us most likely.
9:47 to go, opening quarter. Orioles' first offensive possession, 3rd and 12 for the Orioles. Hackert on a long count. Now pitch a little Viking shuttle right there. And a little gain there, but they're going to be well short of the first down. On the carry, was that Lehman?
Yep, that was Levi.
Levi Lehman there on that little Viking shuttle pass right there. And it's going to bring up a 4th down and 6. So he did get 6 yards on it. And that'll actually count towards Chase Hackert's passing yardage right there.
I think the scoreboard might have that wrong. I think we have more than 6 to go.
Okay, so into punt for the Orioles, Lincoln Patterson. He's a sophomore called up because of the injury to Miles Wilson. So Patterson, his first varsity punt, and it is, he just got it away right there and did a good job getting that ball out of there. Whitehall almost blocked that punt right there. And the Vikings are going to have exceptional field position. The pressure put on by Whitehall right there as Patterson just got that kick out. And it is going to be 1st and 10 for Whitehall. And the ball is going to be at the Oriole 44-yard line. It's at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10, Whitehall. Whitehall in red jerseys, red pants, white helmet with the Viking head logo. Ludington in their white jerseys, white pants, black helmet with the orange O. And here we go. Stratton will give it straight ahead now, and crushing yardage right there for his running back, and that was number 22, Jackson Cook. He's a senior, and boy, he made
the Orioles defenders think twice come through that hole. I think Levi Lehman finally finished up Gage Jones and Trey Forfinski in there as well.
Yeah, 3 of them right there. He got 6 yards on the play. 2nd down and 4 for the Whitehall Vikings. 8:29 to go. Week 7 of the MHSAA season. Fall is finally here and really here in the state of Michigan. All right, Stratton will keep now. Stratton picking his way through. He's still on his feet, and he's at the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Whitehall. Kyle Stratton showing his athleticism there, Evan.
Yeah, for a second there, it looked like they were going to bring him down, but he had just enough space, and you can see his acceleration there because he had a second gear there about when he hit the 15-yard line.
He certainly did, and a 38-yard touchdown run by a Whitehall quarterback, Kyle Stratton. And as you mentioned earlier, Evan, you were talking about his athleticism. He is Coach Warren Zweigel's shortstop.
Oh, yes. We are very familiar shortstop, number 2, probably his number 2 pitcher, leadoff hitter, leads the team in stolen bases. I think he led the Muskegon area in stolen bases last year as well. So very familiar with his speed and his acceleration.
In for the point after attempt for Whitehall will be number 7, Landon Howe.
So we got a flag on the play, too.
Whitehall scoring on a 38-yard touchdown run by their dynamic quarterback, Kyle Stratton. We have a penalty called on the Orioles.
Someone jumped, not sure who. Going back to that play, though, Scoop, that just shows how explosive they are, right? Orioles get an interception, we feel good momentum, give the ball back, a couple plays later, boom, touchdown.
Yeah, we've got that interception, but then the 3 and out, and yeah, here's the point after. It's up and good. And with 8:13 to go in the opening quarter, Whitehall 7, Ludington nothing. Back after these messages on the Oriole Sports Network in WMOM. Stay tuned.
Hey Oriole Nation, this is Mike Benedict from Benedict Auto Center. We're excited to be at our new location on US 10 between Ludington and Scottville. We're just west of Amber Road. We invite you to come out and say hello, check out the new facility, see what we have to offer. We have all your collision needs. We have licensed technicians so we can get your car back on the road safely. Also, we're excited that we're almost 80 years in the business from when my grandfather and my father did it before me back in the 1940s. We're excited that we still keep the tradition going, and who knows what's going to happen leading into the future. And here at Benedict Auto Center, we're also excited to be part of the Oriole Sports Network, or OSN, as better suited by Scoop. And we look forward to being a part of this going forward, and are excited to be part of Oriole Nation. Go O's!
Welcome back to Whitehall. Jack McDowell has just kicked off, and Naden Gilchrist with the ball. Gilchrist breaks one tackle, and he gets it out over the 15 to about the 17. Late flags coming in too, Evan. I don't know.
That might have been another helmet to helmet.
Yeah,
there.
that looked like the way that it kind of looked the same way the hit that Trey Forfinski had earlier on the Whitehall player. We'll see here. The officials are talking about it right now. Whitehall up 7-0, 8:05 to go, opening quarter. Whitehall 6-0 on the year, 3-0 in the West Michigan Conference Lakes Division. Ludington 5-1 on the season, and the Orioles are 3-1 in the West Michigan Conference. Both teams in the Lakes Conference, or the Lakes Division, excuse me. It is a personal foul called on the Whitehall Vikings, so that'll give the Orioles 15 more yards. They'll start out 1st and 10, and the ball will be on their own 32-yard line. Don't you love these hash marks here, Evan?
Oh, I'll tell you right from a stats perspective, life is good when there's hash marks on the field. We need to get this back home in Ludington.
Well, I'll tell you, not only from the stats for coming from your perspective, but from a play-by-play perspective,
absolutely.
These hash makes things a lot better. Forfinski trying to get to the outside, and Whitehall just strung it right out there. This Whitehall defense, besides being big and athletic, they are very quick.
Yeah, we're like we said, we're trying to get Trey out there, but there's just no room out there. You turn up field, and there's a linebacker, a safety staring right at you already.
Loss of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 11. 7:37 to go. Next week, Ludington back home. In fact, they'll be home for their final 2 weeks to close out the regular season. Next week, they'll host the Muskegon Orchard View Cardinals. The following week, they will host the Mason County Central Spartans in the battle for the Lumberman's Trophy. But right now, they got the Whitehall Vikings on their mind. And I don't know what happened there as Packard's pass was intended. Yeah, Lehman and Gage Jones in the same vicinity, and neither of them had their heads turned.
It looked like he expected Gage to make some kind of curl around, turn around quickly, but Gage was still heading downfield. Definitely some miscommunication there by the Oriole offense.
Bring up a 3rd down and 11, 7:19 to go in the opening quarter.
Big 3rd down here. I mean, momentum's on Whitehall's side already. You don't want to give the ball back on a 3 and out.
Orioles come up to the line of scrimmage. Mike Nichols over the ball. He's the center. Hackert, now he's got Forfinski in motion. Heavy rush. Hackert is under dress. He gets away from it. Hackert still rolling. Now he's going to get up to near the Oriole 40-yard line before he's run out of bounds. Pursuing him and making sure he was out of bounds was number 4, Lucas Palmer, the Whitehall safety. That'll bring up a 4th down there. And it's going to be 4th and
1 yard.
1 yard.
Big decision
Wow.
here early.
Yeah.
Looks like we're sending out the punt team.
Big country's coming in. I see number 64 out there, our 6'9" long snapper.
Yeah, it's easy to tell when we're going to punt because that's when Westy shows up.
Westy's out there. Look at he's, no pun intended, head and shoulders above everybody else.
And it's not even close.
No, they've got the heavy package in. They've got the coach Charlie Gunsel heavy package. It's 4th and 1. And the ball is on the Oriole 41-yard line. 7:11 to go. Good offensive scheme here by the Orioles. It worked great against Forfinski. He's got it. He's got it. It worked great against Montague a few weeks ago. And the Orioles take a gamble right there. 4th and 1 from their own 41, and they get it. And Forfinski gets the Oriole 1st down.
Gutsy call there by Coach Gunsel early. You kind of like it, though. Set the tone saying, hey, we're not just going to give you the ball back.
But you look at that offensive scheme there, Evan. A couple weeks ago against Montague, the Orioles used it at least 3, if not 4 times, and every time it was very effective. The Oriole heavy package. All right, 1st and 10 for Ludington. 6:46 to go. Opening quarter. Whitehall 7, Ludington nothing. Hackert's pass is complete to Lehman. Lehman, not much right there. He gets out over the 45, close to the 46-yard line. These Whitehall Vikings, they're on the ball. I mean, you talk about converging quick.
Yeah, talk about swarm defense.
Yeah.
You know, that play on the outside, that was an interior lineman there, big 73 making that play. Just to show you their speed and athleticism on all parts of the field.
Actually, Lehman got that ball back to the line of scrimmage. So 2nd down and 10. 6:11 to go. Opening quarter. Whitehall 7, Ludington nothing. Chase Hackert looks over the Whitehall defense. Forfinski in motion. Hackert will keep, and not much. Tough sledding right there. In fact, there'll be a loss on the play. You look right now, you look 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Viking helmets are right there in the vicinity of Chase Hackert and brought him down.
Yeah, that kind of formation, that kind of play, I'm just not sure that's going to work tonight. That's what Whitehall wants to do, put it right up the gut, because they know they just have the size, the speed, just everything on us.
They want to basically keep us in a phone booth.
Yes, that's what Coach Gunsel would say.
Exactly. 5:33 to go. 3rd and 11 for Ludington. Whitehall 7, Ludington nothing. This is the Orioles' 2nd offensive possession. Whitehall's had the ball twice as well. Hackert, his pass is away, and it's incomplete.
Late flag.
Late flag. In fact, Nathan Gilchrist was heading up the field there, Evan, and the pass was well shallow of that. In fact, the only guy closest to it was a Whitehall defensive back.
Looked like more miscommunication there because, like you said, Nathan's head wasn't even turned yet when that ball was released.
Yeah, and we haven't seen this much miscommunication by the Orioles this entire season. Penalty on Whitehall. Face mask on the Vikings.
Big break there for the Orioles. Going to pick up a 1st down there.
So Ludington will have at 15 yards, and that's going to put the ball into Whitehall territory. It'll be 1st and 10 for Ludington. 5:21 to go, opening quarter. Ball is at the Whitehall 41-yard line. It's our 2nd offensive possession. First time into Whitehall territory.
Whitehall with a few big penalties early on. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess that's uncharacteristic for them, and their coaching staff's probably not going to be happy with that. That's 30 free yards they've given us so far.
And also the uncharacteristic interception by Kyle Stratton
correct.
on the Whitehall's first offensive possession. Here we go. Orioles, 1st and 10. For Finsky now, and we're going to have procedure, I think, maybe on the Orioles.
Yeah, that's us. We jumped.
Yep. Offensive illegal procedure on the Orioles, so that'll move us back 5. 1st and 15. And against a team like Whitehall, you got to be spot on tonight. You can't have little mistakes like that.
Yeah, they don't need any extra help, and it's an old cliche, but yeah, good teams, you don't need to assist them any more than you already do. So a good lesson here, Orioles cannot be doing that, especially once you get the ball in plus territory here. You can't be moving backwards.
Orioles not only taking on one of the better, probably the best team in the West Michigan Conference, but one of the better teams in all of West Michigan. Here's a pass, incomplete. And that ball was intended for Gage Jones. And Gage, as soon as he was trying to corral it and secure it there, Evan, he was hit by the Whitehall defender. It looked like number 20 hit him there, and that was Everett Napier.
I think that was number 6, actually.
Oh, was it 6?
Yep.
6, okay, so 6, Kamar Reddy.
Yep.
All right, so bring up a 2nd down and 15 for the Ludington Orioles.
You got to wonder, too, Gage Jones was nursing that hamstring last week, how he's feeling going, because those hamstrings tend to linger. It's not one of those things that heals overnight.
All right, the Orioles, here's a different offensive formation. Now in motion is Forfinski, and there's wow.
Looked like they were trying to set up a screenplay to Levi there, but it just never developed how quickly Whitehall came through the gap.
Yeah, they were going to try to set up a center screen right there by Hackert, but the Whitehall was in there right there very quickly. Whitehall got in and put the pressure on Hackert. He had to get rid of it a lot sooner than he wanted to, and we're lucky that ball wasn't picked off. 3rd down and 15 for Ludington. 5:11 to go, opening quarter. Ball on the Whitehall 46-yard line. Orioles coming off that very, very inspiring, I guess you would say, emotional victory last week over their arch rival, the Manistee Chippewas, 45-21. Hackert's pass is incomplete, intended there for Aiden Gilchrist. He had to get rid of that ball before he wanted to, and the ball sails incomplete.
Yeah, Chase earned that one. It looked like 99 there for Whitehall coming through and just laid an absolute hit on Chase as he released that ball.
That was Jamar Hill. He's a junior, and he is the Whitehall nose guard, and he was right in Chase Hackert's face right there. You can't fault Chase for getting rid of that ball.
That was just self-defense.
When he did, exactly. So 4th and 15 for Ludington. 5:08 to go, opening quarter. Whitehall 7, Ludington nothing. Lincoln Patterson into punt. Patterson drops the ball. Now he's going to run with it, and he's going to be dropped. And Whitehall is going to have exceptional field position. Lincoln Patterson got the ball there, making his varsity debut. He's just a sophomore. He bobbled the ball right there, and by the time he picked it up, the Whitehall defenders were right on top of him, and he's brought down, and Whitehall's going to have the ball 1st and 10, and they're going to have it at the Oriole 43-yard line.
Once again, those little mistakes, right? Completing a snap and a punt, try to flip the field on them. We just weren't able to execute there. Now Whitehall is sitting pretty.
5:03 remaining in the opening quarter. The Vikings up 7-0. This is their 3rd offensive possession. Stratton, the quarterback. He's looking right. Now he's going to fling it downfield. He's got incomplete. Good coverage down there by Aiden Gilchrist. Also, Gage Jones was in the area, and Cole Johnson.
Pretty aggressive play. You obviously want to take a shot with a good field position, but like I said, triple coverage there. Justin has got to go make a play, but just not enough room for Whitehall there to make that completion.
He was trying to get that to his slot back, Nate Bully. 2nd and 10 for the Vikings. And as Coach Charlie Gunsel said, the Vikings, they've just rolled over their opposition this year. The closest game was an 11-point victory they had over the Hastings Saxons in week 2. There's a fumble. I believe the Orioles have it. And very, very uncharacteristically, Whitehall's turned the ball over twice in their first 3 offensive possessions. That was a fumble right there. The Orioles recovered. You see who got the fumble, Evan?
Might have been Derek Dunsel. I'm not sure, Scoop. I know Dunsel was in on it.
I think you're right. It looked like Derek Dunsel, number 28, the Oriole nose tackle. 1st and 10 for the Orioles. So give the Oriole D some credit right there. And now here come the Orioles offense. 4:52 to go. Opening quarter. Whitehall 7, Ludington nothing. Ludington with the ball on their own 43-yard line. Hackert with Forfinski in the backfield now, and he'll a little pitch right there to Levi Lehman, and Lehman will give him a hard-earned yard on the play to bring up a 2nd down and 9. That's the second time they've tried that little shuttle pass right there.
Yeah, they're trying to get, the line moving to one side, following Trey, then try to slip Levi out there, but Whitehall's just staying very disciplined, staying on assignment, not biting on it.
2nd down and 9 for the Orioles. 4:27 to go in the opening quarter. I've never seen a team with as many cheerleaders as what Whitehall has.
I think the entire female Whitehall girl student population is here cheerleading tonight.
They might have their grade school cheerleaders here, too.
Yeah.
Penalty marker down. The pass is caught. And on the catch for the Orioles, I believe, was Nathan Gilchrist. Yes, it was.
Yep.
We'll see what the penalty was. Penalty went off as soon as the play began. And we're going to have, looks like it's going to be against the Orioles. The official there looks like he's talking with Whitehall head coach Tony Sigmund. Illegal procedure on the Orioles. It's declined. It's declined. So that pass going to pick up a few yards right there. It's going to bring up a 3rd and probably about 7.
Yep, 3rd and 7, Scoop.
3rd and 7 as Hackert's pass was complete there to Nathan Gilchrist. Nathan had a huge game last week against the Manistee Chippewas. All right, checking into the Whitehall lineup will be number 24. And that player is Trenton Tenbrock. So the Orioles facing a 3rd and 7. 3:46 to go, opening quarter. And Hackert's pass is complete to Gilchrist. Gilchrist, though, nowhere to go. And, boy, Whitehall, number 20, I believe, for Whitehall. And that is, let's see here, that's Everett Napier came up and just blew that play up.
Well, they set up the screen really well, and they had guys in position to block, but it frankly just didn't matter as Whitehall just ran right through the blocks.
So it's going to bring up a 4th and 8. Actually, looks like they...
looks like we're going for it.
Yeah, looks like we're going to go for it. We're down 7-0, 3:11 to go in this opening quarter. Whitehall's turned the ball over twice, one by interception and one on a fumble. Ludington Oriole offense has not been able to capitalize. Hackert, he's rolling left. He's got a bunch of Vikings in his way. He passes away, and it's picked off. It's picked off, and Gage Jones will bring the Whitehall player down. Boy, the player looked up. He looked like he had a lot of green, and then all of a sudden he looked up and he saw the Orioles number 1 right there. So we have a pass interception right there, and I believe it was number 6 on the interception for Whitehall, and
Yes,
that was Kamar Reddy who intercepts the pass for Whitehall. So we've had 2 Viking turnovers so far. Ludington now has an interception right there. And, of course, we had that punt where our punter wasn't able to get the ball off.
Actually, a break for Ludington there. They intercepted that ball. Flipped about 20 yards of field position.
Good point,
there.
Evan. There's a pass deflected, and that was number 30 there for the Orioles. That was big Dom Wheaton getting one of his big paws up right there and knocking that ball down. 2:45 remaining in the opening quarter. Whitehall 7, Ludington nothing. Whitehall, the number 2 ranked team in Division 4 in the state of Michigan. Looks like the wind has settled down a little bit. Looking out here, and got a full moon out there, Evan. All right, penalty markers down, and we're going to have procedure, I believe, on the Vikings.
Yep. Man, we're pretty sloppy. First quarter,
especially
really
for
both sides.
Especially for Week 7.
Yep.
I'd like to send out our first shout-out, and that shout-out goes out to Miss Jen Mraz, the Ludington High School athletic trainer. It is her 50th birthday today, so happy birthday to Miss Jen Mraz, and also to LHS Varsity girls and boys soccer coach Chris Anderson, who's celebrating a birthday today, and Jim Klug, a former Ludington teacher, retired teacher.
Who else's birthday is it today, Scoop? You forgot one.
Jeff Kissel at the Ludington Daily News. Today's his birthday. Here's a pass completed.
You forgot another one, too.
Well, that other guy, today's his 57th birthday.
And the guy we love, guy I'm talking to, your birthday, Scoop. Come on.
Yeah, well, it's been a pretty good day today. My dad, mom, my sister-in-law, 2 of my nephews, and my niece, they took me out for lunch at Chef John's earlier today. And it's been a good 57th birthday. You know what would be best for my 57th birthday? A Ludington victory tonight.
There you go. Well, happy birthday, Scoop.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Braden.
I didn't see what the penalty was there, Scoop. Did you?
I did not catch it, but the good news is it's on Whitehall.
Yes, it looks like they lost 5 yards.
Yeah, 2nd down and 20. I think it was, I want to say off. No, it couldn't have been offsides. Another procedure call? It's a 2nd and 20. Ball is on the Whitehall 30-yard line, 2:16 to go. And now Stratton will keep. And Stratton, he gets a good block right there, and he's to the outside and finally forced out of bounds by the Orioles' Gage Jones.
And just right when you think you have him stopped, he just gets away for another 10.
He is so quick, and the moves he makes. Yeah, Jim Klug, he retired last year from Ludington, longtime teacher there. Today's his birthday. Soccer coach Chris Anderson, Ludington Daily News photographer Jeff Kissel, and, of course, Miss Jen. We're calling ourselves the October 7th Birthday Club.
It's a heck of a club you got going on.
Interesting mix there.
Yes, a lot of personality.
2:09, that was a pickup at 10 by Stratton. Now he's going to air it out, and the pass is incomplete. He airmailed that one and well over the head right there of his intended receiver, and that was Camden Thompson. Back in coverage for the Orioles, Cole Johnson, our Indian Summer player in the spotlight.
Great job by this Oriole defense so far. I mean, the one big play for a touchdown, but they've done a lot of things really well.
They really have. Maybe, maybe Coach Gunsel was onto something when, even though he won the coin toss, and
there you go.
he wanted to put Whitehall on offense first, which you and I looked at each other. We're like, we think we might want our offense out there first.
When usually Coach Gunsel, offense guy, wants to go score, so definitely different.
4th and 10 for Whitehall. They will punt, and are they going to punt? Oh, they will. A soccer style punt right there. And a good punt, a fair catch made by, I believe, Nate. Nope, that was made by Gage Jones. So Ludington will take over 1st and 10. I believe they'll be on their own 28-yard line. So, I was mentioning my niece and my 2 nephews today going out for lunch. So a shout out goes out to Courtney Hansen, my sister-in-law, my dad and ma, Jim and Kathy Hansen, and also my niece Cora Mae Hansen, and my nephews, both Hunter and Troy Hansen. Had spent a nice lunch with them today at Chef John's, and I know they're tuned in tonight watching this ball game. My nephew Troy has become a huge football fan. Unfortunately, he's a Seattle Seahawks fan, and he was really happy they beat the Lions this past Sunday.
That was ugly. That was
okay,
ugly.
1st and 10 for Ludington, and Hackert gets the pass out there, and it's dropped, and now we have a penalty marker down. Hold it. Now they're saying it's a fumble, and it's run in.
Oh, well, that was not a completed pass whatsoever.
that was
not even close.
Well, Evan, it sure did look like it was an incomplete pass, but penalty marker is down. And it looks like this touchdown is going to stand, but it sure did look like the Ludington receiver did not have the ball to make the completion from our vantage point.
There was not a, what's the term, football move there?
So we have a completed pass. Who was that? Was that the Gage Jones?
That was the Trey.
It was the Trey Forfinski.
Did you see who picked it up at all, Scoop?
I didn't see if that was number 3 that picked it up. Let's see here. It might have been Nate Bully. I'm not positive on that, Evan.
I'm giving it to Nate Bully.
But that is being called a fumble, a reception, a fumble, and a return by the Whitehall defense for a touchdown.
That's a tough break for the Orioles there.
And now into attempt the point after, into attempt the point after for Whitehall will be number 7, Landon Howe. 1:48 to go in the opening quarter. Whitehall 13, Ludington nothing.
After this extra point, Scoop, we got a couple score updates from Coach Killips here.
Sounds good. Here's the snap. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And we'll get those updates as soon as we come back from this commercial, Evan. And your score, Whitehall 14, Ludington nothing, 1:48 to go. Opening quarter, you are watching and listening to the Oriole Sports Network and WMOM. Stay tuned, those fans.
Hey, everyone. This is Trent Lundquist from Lundquist Furniture. We've been serving West Michigan since 1940. We're here to serve you guys as a full-blown furniture store. So we have mattresses, we have recliners, we have dining room tables, anything that you would need to furnish your house, we have it. And we provide one of the best services around on the west side of Michigan. We will go anywhere in the whole state of Michigan. We will deliver it, we'll service it, we'll take care of you. I just want to appreciate you guys for being customers of ours, and we're here to serve you, and that's what we do. We're here for the Orioles. We're here for the Cardinals. We're here for the Spartans. We're proud to be a sponsor of this Orioles Sports Network.
Welcome back to Whitehall. The Whitehall Vikings 14, the Ludington Orioles nothing. 1:48 to go, opening quarter. Here's the kick. And on the return for the Orioles, it looked to be Aiden Gilchrist. Let's see here when he gets up.
It was Aiden.
Aiden Gilchrist on the return right there. The Orioles have got to get something going here offensively, Evan. I mean, that's very obvious.
Yeah, that tough break, like we said, we got to move on from it, right? That's the way it goes sometimes. Got to put together a drive right here, kind of get the train back on the tracks.
Again, the Orioles led by their quarterback, number 15, Chase Hackert, the tailback 5, Trey Ferfinski, the H-back or the fullback, number 9, Levi Lehman. The slot back is 14, Aiden Gilchrist. The receivers, 1, Gage Jones, and 11, Nathan Gilchrist. We'll get to the offensive line here in just a moment. 1:40 to go, opening quarter. The Orioles trail by 2 touchdowns, 14-0. Hackert going up top. He's got Sunshine Schillinger. Oh, almost a fantastic catch there. I said almost a fantastic catch by David Sunshine Schillinger right there.
Great job turning his body there. I think that ground just kind of broke up the leg, but he had his hands on it.
Yeah, he was being defended there by the Vikings, number 3, Nate Boley. The Oriole offensive line, the center 55, Michael Nichols, the left guard 53, Will Luce, the right guard 52, Charlie Gamble, the right tackle 54, Adam Keffer, and the left tackle 62, Corbin Wagonmaker. All juniors on that offensive line except for the one senior, Adam Keffer. All right, 2nd and 10 for the Orioles. Hackert's pass is incomplete. It was intended out there for Schillinger, I believe. Yes.
Gage out there.
Or Gage out there, and passed just a little bit high right there. Gage went up and tried to bring it down. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Ludington Orioles. Schillinger last week against Manistee had 2 fantastic touchdowns. It was his coming out party.
Yes, it was. It showed off his speed.
And I know a couple times, Evan, I said, hey, Oriole fans, he's not just a basketball player.
He's an athlete.
Yeah, he's an athlete, exactly. We could really use him tonight. All right, so 3rd and 10 for the Orioles, 1:31 to go, opening quarter, as darkness settles here at Whitehall. And here I look like Hackert able to draw the Whitehall defense off sides. And that'll give the Orioles 5 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 5.
Scupo, I have him in here, those scores.
Yes.
Got 2 from Coach Gilster. Thank you again to him. Fruitport and Grand Rapids West Catholic, interest for our playoff points here. They're tied 0-0 after 1. Grand Rapids West Catholic undefeated on the year, 6-0. In the big battle in the Rivers Division tonight, North Muskegon and Ravenna. North Muskegon up 7-0.
Oh, that's a classic battle right there. That's going to be for the Rivers Division Championship.
Yes, it is.
All right, 3rd and 5. Hackert's pass is incomplete. It went right through the hands of a Whitehall Viking.
Number 5 out there for Whitehall.
Number 5, and that is Jaden Alt-Gilbers. It went through his hands, and the Oriole receiver out there had a small chance to get that pass.
Yeah, it's just so hard when that ball is being redirected.
Exactly.
Right? You're not expected to be with it, but Gage Jones gave it his best effort. But lucky for the Orioles, it wasn't intercepted because that might have been a pick 6 if he would have secure it.
4th and 5 for the Orioles, into punt, sophomore punter, and that is Lincoln Patterson. Big country, Matthew Westhouse, the long snapper. It's a good snap. The punt is away, and it's going to take a good Oriole roll, picked up there on the bounce by the Whitehall return man, and he's got the ball back to about midfield. That's where Whitehall will take over, 1st and 10. Patterson, a nice job getting rid of that, getting that ball out of there.
I think we just had some history there, Scoop. I think that was Matt Westhouse's first varsity tackle there as well, pushing him out of bounds.
You know what? I think you're right. Big country. And I think he's going to have a big year this year for Coach Thad Shank and the Ludington Varsity boys basketball team. 1:21 to go. Opening quarter, Whitehall 14, Ludington nothing. The Vikings have scored on a 38-yard run by their quarterback, Kyle Stratton, and they have a defensive touchdown. Another penalty marker down as the Whitehall ball carrier got that ball out over midfield to about the Oriole 48. Let's see what the call is.
A lot of laundry tonight, Scoop. A lot of laundry.
Yeah, we are seeing it. That the guy who carried that ball was Everett Napier. I'm sorry, no, it was Jackson Cook on the carry. At least the numbers, these uniforms Whitehall is wearing this year, much, much easier to read the numbers than when we were here last year.
It's like another legal procedure, maybe?
Yeah, well, the ball is moved back all the way to the Whitehall, let's see, 45, 44, 43-yard line. Ball's back at the Whitehall 43. First and 15 for the Vikings. Stratton's pass is complete. They got some blockers out there, too, and that's a nice gain. Stratton getting the ball out there. It's Camden Thompson, I believe.
Yep, was.
And they had the lineman out there. He had a little convoy going down the field right there. 54 seconds to go, opening quarter. Whitehall has the ball at the Oriole 43-yard line. Second down and 1 for Whitehall. Stratton, he'll keep now. Stratton rolling right, still rolling. He's got to work. You're wide open. Nobody anywhere near him. The nearest Oriole was about 25, maybe 30 yards away as they sold that fake beautifully, Evan.
Yes, they did.
Stratton, and he can, I'll tell you what, he's got arm strength and then some. And he got that ball out there. And on the reception, that was Trannon Ayler. On the reception, on the touchdown reception, Whitehall 20, Ludington nothing, 27 seconds to go.
Great play design
yeah.
there. I mean, fake the handoff. Everyone
faked the pitch.
Yeah,
they had
the pitch.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Thank you, Scoop.
Yep, you're welcome.
The Oriole D just collapsed and nothing left after that.
The way he sold it, there's a high snap, the kick is up, and the kick is still good. Boy, you know things are going right when you have a high snap like that, and you're still able to get the kick through the uprights. Whitehall 21, Ludington nothing, 27 seconds to go in the opening quarter. You're watching and listening to the Oriole Sports Network and WMOM 102.7. Stay tuned. When you think paint, think Ludington Paint and Glass, the local source for all of your projects. With over 5,000 colors of top quality Benjamin Moore and Pittsburgh paint, you are bound to find the perfect colors for your next painting project. We are your color match experts. LP&G can help you design your Pinterest-worthy all-glass shower enclosure, bringing a spa-like feel to your home. We cover all your glass needs with on-site service of broken windows and screens and custom-cut tabletops, mirrors, and plexiglass. Ludington Paint and Glass, mixing paint and service since 1948. The local store with more, located at 213 South James Street in downtown Ludington. Call Ludington Paint and Glass at 231-843-8250. Follow us on Facebook at Ludington Paint and Glass. LP&G is proud to support Ludington sports. We're back at Whitehall. Ludington has just received the kickoff, and receiving the kick was Nathan Gilchrist. He gets the ball out over the Oriole 25 to about the 26-yard line. First and 10, Ludington. The Orioles trail 21-0. That last touchdown, Evan, we were talking about it during the break. The way that Stratton sold that, there was no Oriole defender within 30 yards.
No, but you have to respect the run, though, right? Because if he pitches that, they can burst that for a touchdown, too. So, it's kind of pick your poison here.
Exactly. So Ludington, a first and 10, ball on their own 26-yard line. We want to thank Indian Summer Co-op. They are proud to be a sponsor of the Oriole Sports Network and our Ludington area athletes. We wish you all the best for the season of sports. Play strong, play proud, and as always, stay healthy. Go Ludington Orioles. Got a penalty against the Orioles here.
Something severe. We're backing up way.
Wow.
Holy cow, what the heck? I don't know what the penalty was, Scoop.
I didn't see it as well, but penalty takes the Orioles from their own 26 back to their own 12-yard line. Also, a big shout out to Benedict's Auto Center, providing the best in auto body repairing and painting since the 40s. Benedict's Auto Center is located at 1742 US 10 between Ludington and Scottville. If you have any questions, give Mike Benedict a call, 231-613-4111. Ludington first and 10. Hackert looking left. Now he's going to come back right. And his receivers, he's got Gilk. Now he's going to run with the ball, and he's got a nice gain right there. He's out to about the 20, maybe the 21-yard line of Ludington.
Good job there by Chase Hackert to take what the defense gives them. Really good coverage downfield, but when you play man like that, their backs are turned. It's going to leave a lot of green for you.
Going to bring up a 2nd down and 1 for the Orioles. 15 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. The Orioles trail 21-0. Shout out to Crown and Cork, open Monday through Thursday, 4:30 to 9 p.m. Friday and Saturdays, 4:30 to 10 p.m. Everything made with fresh and when possible with locally sourced ingredients. Located at 502 West Loomis across from the Ludington Marina. Check our Facebook page for our specials. All right, Hackert, he'll send Forfinski in motion. The pass is batted away and incomplete. Boy, that was dangerous there. Aiden Gilchrist was the only Oriole in the vicinity. You had 4 Whitehall Vikings right there, and it went right through the hands of a Whitehall Viking defender.
That might have been a little bit of Chase trying to force it there, trying to make a big play happen there. Put a little more extra on that ball, too. Lucky that one was not intercepted.
Yeah, that pass had a lot of zip on it.
Yeah. So much I think it caught the Whitehall defenders a little off guard.
3rd and 1 for the Ludington Orioles. Yeah, that Whitehall defender might have the Denver Bronco receivers used to kid around. I don't think they were really kidding about the John Elway cross they used to have on their chest from where he would put the ball. Yep. 10 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Orioles in the offensive scheme now in the heavy package. They got Cole Hackert in there. They'll follow behind Hackert, and I don't know. Boy, they didn't.
I don't think so.
I don't think they got it. They got behind Big Westy over there, Big Country, Matthew Westhouse, and also Cole Hackert. And I believe it's going to be a 4th and...
Looks like a yard.
Yeah, but that's the end of the first quarter. Your score, Whitehall 21, Ludington nothing. You are listening and watching the Oriole Sports Network and 102.7 WMOM. Stay tuned, those fans.
Welcome to Crown and Cork, Ludington's only waterfront kitchen and bar. We invite you to come in and experience our casual, fine dining with little or no wait. You don't need to wait for a special occasion. We are open Monday through Saturday, featuring craft cocktails, an extensive wine selection, and a seasonal changing menu that highlights what the Great Lakes have to offer. Guests rave about our signature Crown and Cork burger, maple bourbon salmon, and Great Lakes fish and chips. We will be excited to hear what your favorite is. Bring your entire family. We encourage your children to explore our play area while waiting for food from our kid-approved menu. Summer and fall, we are open Monday through Thursday from 4:30 to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday from 4:30 to 10 p.m. We encourage you to confirm times via our website, Facebook, or Yelp. Be sure to add Crown and Cork on your list of great locations to visit in Ludington. We hope to serve you soon.
Welcome back, O's fans. Scoop Hansen. We also have Evan Cruzy, Braden Kronline, and Julia Habman, the Oriole Sports Network, working in collaboration and in conjunction with 102.7 WMOM. It's going to be a 4th and 2. The Orioles lost a yard on that play there, Evan. So 4th and 2 from their own 21-yard line. And Lincoln Patterson into punt. Again, if you're wondering, Lincoln Patterson, Miles Wilson was hurt during the week. The Oriole punter and kicker, he's out, and sophomore Lincoln Patterson is in. First play of the second quarter. Westhouse to snap. Here it is, a good snap. The kick is away. Nice kick by Patterson. Low line drive. And it's fielded there. And the Whitehall punt returner is Nate Boley there on the return. And a nice return by the Whitehall slot back. He gets that ball all the way back to the Oriole 30. Going to mark it about the 32-yard line.
Looks like Schillinger on the tackle as well. Yeah, you don't really want to give these Whitehall Vikings good field position.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 for Whitehall. Ball on the Oriole 32-yard line. Vikings up 21-0. Again, their closest game this year was in week 2 when they defeated the the Hastings Saxons by the score of 41-30, so 11 points. All the other games have been absolute blowouts. Here's a counter, and it's a fumble, and it's recovered by the Orioles. I believe Cole Johnson has it. Now, did Cole fumble it?
There's a flag out there, too.
There's a flag as well, so we do know that the ball was carried there by Whitehall's, and I believe that was Kamar Reddy on the carry. There was a fumble, and Cole Johnson recovered it. I don't know if Cole then fumbled it or what.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on, O's fans. Exactly. Just like Evan said, let's let the officials sort this one out.
Holy cow, this is going to be a mess on the stat sheet.
Okay. It's like when you have a pickle in baseball, and you're got the official score, and it's a 4-6-3-1-4. Yeah.
It looks like Whitehall did recover the second fumble, but the penalty is it's a holding. It's just going to come all back.
So the Whitehall did fumble it. Ludington did recover. Then Ludington fumbled the ball back to Whitehall. So we have.
So it's going to override everything.
Yeah, so it's going to bring up a first. The penalties override everything. 1st and 11 for the Whitehall Vikings. 11:39 to go in this opening half. And on the carry was the Vikings number 22, and
more laundry.
That was Jackson Cook. Boy,
wow, this is getting sloppy.
Yeah, you wouldn't think you'd be seeing this in week 7. You'd think you'd see this at week 1 when we were up at Petoskey, and that was a relatively clean game up there.
Looks like 54 as the ref is pointing at him. Did something a little extra. I think that was a little more extracurricular activity than anything else.
11:29 to go in the opening half. Whitehall up 21-0.
Got a little sideshow on the road, too. Someone got pulled over.
I see that over there. Shout out to Chad Ortis, a big Orioles fan on the OSN. Also, Austin Tyndall. I'd like to send a shout out to Jennifer Lee and also Paulette Kluge. That's Gage Jones' grandmother. Penalty on Whitehall.
Two unsportsmanlike.
Yep.
They're going to offset.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on both teams, on Whitehall and Ludington.
So that's just going to replay the down, I believe, then.
Vikings up 21-0. This field is in exceptional shape.
It looks like turf. This is one of the best well-kept natural grass fields I've seen.
You talk about, like you said, you talk about being well manicured.
Yeah, great compliments to Whitehall. They're keeping their facilities are great. One of the best indoor facilities in the whole state of Michigan. This football field's great. Baseball and softball is incredible. They do it right here. They do things the right way. Compliments to them.
All right, so we have a 2nd down and 6 for Whitehall. Ball on the Oriole 28-yard line. 11:20 to go in the opening half. And now Stratton will give the ball there. Good pursuit there by Forfinski, and he sends him right back in the tackle made there by Levi Lehman. On the carry, Nate Bully. Good pursuit there by both the Oriole linebackers, both Levi Lehman and Trey Forfinski. 3rd and 4 for Whitehall. Ball on the Oriole 27-yard line. Kyle Stratton looks over the Oriole defense. He'll give the ball now, and right up the gut goes Cook. Cook still on his feet, and it takes a host of Orioles to bring him down, or a flock of Orioles bringing him down. Jackson Cook on the carry there. Boy, he runs hard. You hear a lot about Nate Bully and his running.
It seems like they have 2 backs, and we hear a lot about Bully, but Jackson there's had just as many, if not more, carries and done more damage against us here.
Jackson Cook ripping through the Oriole defense right there, and it took 3 or 4 Orioles to bring him down right there. It'll be 1st down and goal to go for the Whitehall Vikings. He'll give the ball now on the sweep right there. It's a throw, and he's open, and what a catch in the end zone. Oh, my. Wow. Little more chicanery there by the Whitehall Vikings. Throwing that pass for Whitehall was number 5, Jaden Altgilbers. And on the reception, did you get the number on the reception in the end zone?
Was it number 4? Is that 9?
9. Okay, that was Camden Thompson making an incredible catch in the end zone off of the pass from Jaden Altgilbers, who received the ball from his quarterback, Kyle Stratton.
No, not his quarterback. not his quarterback that threw that. That was the trick play.
No, it was. I'm saying, but he received the ball originally. Kyle Stratton. Yes, yeah, that's all right. Stratton.
Sorry, a couple weeks off.
Yeah, that's all right, Evan. Stratton gave the ball there to Alt Gilbers, and he made the pass on the halfback option right there. Whitehall now leads by the score of, what do we have here? There was a flag on the play, so. Okay, that touchdown was nullified. I didn't see that penalty marker. Did you, Evan?
No, I did not.
Okay, another. But why should it surprise us? All the penalty markers, all the dirty laundry we've seen on the field so far. Stratton's pass is away and incomplete, and good coverage right there by Cole Johnson. Cole Johnson having a whale of a first half, considering, yes. He's provided some good coverage. And he made a real nice play right there, breaking that pass up. Second down and goal for Whitehall. Ball is on the Oriole 12-yard line. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors, Smith & Eddy, House of Flavors Manufacturing here, as on the run is Stratton, and Stratton is going to go into the end zone. Touchdown, Whitehall. 12-yard touchdown run by Kyle Stratton. And now Whitehall has a 27-0 lead with 9:53 to go in this opening half. Again, as I was saying, special thanks to House of Flavors Manufacturing, Smith & Eddy Insurance, PM Builders, Safe Harbor Credit Union, Indian Summer, Benedict's Auto Body, Lundquist Furniture, Crown and Cork Restaurant, Ludington Paint and Glass, McGee's Insurance, and Urca Auto Center. Thank you for your sponsorship of the Orioles, and as always, go O's. All right, point after attempt. In to kick for Whitehall, number 7, Landon Howe. Here's a snap. High snap, and Howe's kick is up and true. And your score with 9:53 to go in the opening half. Whitehall 28, Ludington nothing. Back in 60 seconds here on 102.7 WMOM and the OSN, a bird's eye view of local sports.
When you think about your banking needs, the first place that should come to mind is Safe Harbor Credit Union. We put people over profits and shows in everything we do. I'm Adam Johnson, President and CEO at Safe Harbor Credit Union and former Ludington Oriole athlete. We're excited to once again be the premier halftime show sponsor for the Oriole Sports Network. At Safe Harbor Credit Union, we always put the members first. And here, you're more than just a number, you're family. If you haven't experienced the credit union difference, there's never been a better time to switch. We value our relationships with these student athletes. You can find us in the stands cheering for that next win, or find us in your local classrooms teaching financial literacy. That's what we value, being the local financial institution you can trust with all of your banking needs. When you invest with us, all of your money will be invested locally with local decision making. Your success is our success. We belong to you. Check us out at our new location at 5511 West US 10 in Ludington. We can't wait to have you join our family.
Welcome back to Whitehall. The Vikings have just kicked off, and Jack McDowell kicked the ball off. Looked like it was going to go into the end zone, and then it just died on about the 2-yard line. So that was, I believe that was Aiden Gilchrist who picked the ball up, and he gets the ball out to the Oriole 12-yard line.
Yeah, tough break there. I don't know how he got that ball to stop right on the 3, but going to have to drive almost the entire distance here, Scoop.
The Oriole offense has not been able to get into any type of rhythm, Evan.
No, this plan so far to, throw the ball out, get on the edge, just hasn't been working, frankly. And the Orioles have to make an adjustment. What that adjustment is, I don't know, because it's not like there's many holes.
Seems like Whitehall has an answer for everything. Here, they're trying to get the ball outside. That's Schillinger, I believe. Schillinger, and he's driven out of bounds. It'll pick up of a few on the play right there. David Sunshine Schillinger wearing number 3 out of the slot back position right there. It's going to be a gain there. Let's see where they mark him.
Maybe 2 yards there, 2 or 3.
Yeah. Let's see where they're going to put it out. Well, they marked the ball actually at just about the Oriole 15-yard line, so pick up a 3. Second down and 7. Pick up a 3 there by Schillinger on that little shuttle pass there. The Orioles have done a few times tonight now, at least 3 times. All right, 9:42 to go, second quarter. Whitehall 28, Ludington nothing. In motion is Schillinger, and keeping is Hackert. Not much there at all. In fact, that'll be a loss on the play. Whitehall's defensive line is just manhandling the Oriole offensive line right now.
Yeah, Coach Gunsel mentioned that, and it's becoming very evident that it's true, that there's just nothing up the middle.
Lost a 3 on that last play. So 3rd and 10 for the Orioles. Shout-outs to Connie Lynn, also to Joe Mayfield and Marcia Kelly, as well as to Cindy Foster. That's Riley Calhoun's sister. Also to Scott and Colleen Barrup. All tuned in tonight on the Orioles Sports Network. All right, 3rd and 10 for the Orioles. 9:01 to go in the second quarter. Hackert being pursued. He'll get the ball away, and it's going to be incomplete. He had Nathan Gilchrist in the area, and also he had Daniel Ramirez out there as well. 4th and 10 for Ludington. Lincoln Patterson into punt. We want to send a shout-out to Ludington Paint and Glass. They've been mixing paint and service since 1948. The local store with more, located at 213 South James Street, downtown Ludington. When you think paint, think Ludington Paint, the local source for all your painting projects. Give owner Matt Ewing a call, 231-843-8250. You can also look up Ludington Paint and Glass at www.ludingtonpaint.com. Here's the snap. And the punt is away. Patterson gets it away. It's a low punt. It's going to be fielded at about the 44-yard line. And with it for the Vikings is quarterback that's Nate Boley with it. Boley, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds right there. But great field position for Whitehall. And, boy, Whitehall is just, they've had some superb field position in this first half.
Well, these low line drive punts, it gets to him so quickly, and the Oriole special teams coverage, it doesn't have time to get there. And just when you get full speed like that, you're going to pick up good yardage.
We also want to thank Lundquist Furniture, West Michigan's largest furniture store, located at 203 North Main Street, downtown Scottville, family owned and operated since 1940. For your furniture needs, call Lundquist 231-757-3368. 1st and 10 for the Whitehall Vikings. Ball at the Oriole 25-yard line. Ludington down 28-0. Orioles home next week against Muskegon Orchard View. Stratton looking to pass. Lots of time back there. And now he's scrambling to his left. He's still scrambling. And now he's going to... Oh, what a move he just made there on Levi Lehman. Wow. The move he made on Lehman out there, and able to get the ball down
maybe the 15
to about near a first down. And he was all the way back to his own 36, 37-yard line there, Evan.
Yeah, that's sure when a player can do that, if I'm being honest. I mean, he ran about 40 yards there to pick up 9, but a heck of a play.
Reminds me of when I was in grade school and watching the Lions games on television when they'd play the Vikings. I'd get so mad at Fran Tarkington, the way he would be scrambling all over the place. It seemed like the Lions never could get him.
I don't think the Lions can ever tackle anyone.
2nd and 1 for Whitehall. Here's a pass. That's actually a backwards passer. It's a lateral. And with it is Boley. And Boley down inside the Oriole 10-yard line to about the 8, maybe. Let's see where they mark him out.
It's like
Let's see. Actually, the 6, all the way down to the 6-yard line. So it's going to be first down and goal to go. That looked from our angle, Evan, like it was a lateral right there. It looked like a backward pass right there. 8:03 to go. Second quarter. Been all Whitehall. They're threatening again now. Here's a pass into the corner, and it's going to be caught. Touchdown. My goodness.
Holy cow.
Wow. Stratton put that pass right on the money.
Did you see who that was too, Scoop? I couldn't.
Stratton, I'll see right here. I think it was to Camden Thompson.
Yeah, yep.
Yes, Camden Thompson again showing his athleticism. And, you can't fault the Oriole defender who was out there. He was blanketing him. I don't know if that was Joe Benz out there.
I'm not sure. Yeah, but it was tip your hat. Great play. That's just a better athlete making a play.
What Camden Thompson did there was he boxed out the Oriole defensive back right there and made a heck of a catch. And now Whitehall has a 34-0 lead. Point after attempt forthcoming by Landon Howe. Kick is up, and it is true. And with 7:49 to go in the opening half, Whitehall 35, Ludington nothing. Back in 60 seconds here on 102.7 WMOM and the OSN. Stay tuned.
House of Flavors Manufacturing has been producing and distributing quality ice cream since 1937. The company is a contract manufacturer of private label ice cream for some of the premier food store brands, as well as a provider of premium bulk ice cream for scoop shops and restaurants around the United States. For the 220 dedicated workers, employment at House of Flavors Manufacturing is worthwhile work as it brings fun and joy into people's daily lives and important celebrations. The business is always striving to make people smile while enjoying its delicious ice cream. House of Flavors Manufacturing is pleased to be an important corporate citizen and premier employer in the Ludington community. Yummy House of Flavors ice cream, sold around the world, is made right here in Ludington. House of Flavors Manufacturing is proud to help keep our hometown dynamic. You can learn more about House of Flavors Manufacturing at www.houseofflavors.com.
Welcome back to Whitehall. Scoop Hansen, the voice of the Orioles, joined tonight by Evan Cruzy doing the color commentary and also the official statistician for the Orioles. Also Braden Kronline, our OSN WMOM technical engineer, and Julia Habman, our OSN camera woman. Whitehall flag for offsides there, so they'll redo the kick, and here it comes. Kicking off Jack McDowell, and it'll be fielded by the Orioles. And that is Nathan Gilchrist, I believe.
Yes, it is.
That's Nathan Gilchrist. He wears 11. He has the ball out near the Oriole 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for Ludington. See if the Orioles can get something going here on offense. You know, Whitehall has turned the ball over a couple times. That was in the first quarter, Evan. Now they seem to have clicked. And they have the machine well oiled right now.
Yeah, they settled down, and they're doing what they want to do really on all aspects of the ball here. Going to need a huge turnaround here for the Orioles to kind of get this game back on track.
1st and 10 for the Orioles. Ball on their own 28-yard line. 7:41 to go in the opening half. Ludington trails 35-0. You look at Hackert. He's been under heavy pressure, and they haven't been able to run the ball inside or outside with much success. Hackert looks right. His pass, he'll get the pass away and incomplete. And it was intended out there for Aiden Gilchrist in coverage for Whitehall, Camden Thompson. Good idea there, just fell a little short on the execution.
Yeah, it's a little overthrown there. Good idea, though, trying to get your athlete one-on-one. You know, it's a good shot. If you see one-on-one like that with Aiden or Nathan, really any of these guys, you got to take it.
Exactly. Another penalty marker down. This first half, both teams heavily penalized, and the penalty's on Whitehall, and it's going to be a 15-yarder, and Ludington will have the ball.
Is that a roughing the passer?
Yes, roughing the passer on Whitehall. So 1st and 10 for the Orioles. Ball is on the Oriole 43-yard, almost a 44-yard line. 1st and 10, Ludington. 7:37 remaining in the opening half. Hackert, now he'll run, and he's going to be near the Oriole 45-yard line right there. Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd down and 8. We want to thank Safe Harbor Credit Union, our exclusive halftime show sponsor, where your success is our success. We belong to you. Visit them at 5511 US 10 in Ludington, or give them a call, 843-2323. Safe Harbor Credit Union.
I got a shout out for you.
Yeah.
A coworker of mine, Leah Paparella, out here, science teacher. Wanted me to give her a shout out here. She's been a great addition. She's in year 2 in the science department, so shout out to her.
Turning her into an Orioles fan, are you?
I think she's Mona Shores originally.
Okay. All right, 2nd down and 8 for the Orioles. 6:50 to go, 2nd quarter. Receiver to the near side is Hackert now, and boy, Trey Forfinski, and that is a fumble, and that's going to be a Whitehall touchdown. That's the 2nd time, and both times, Evan.
Second scoop and score for the Vikings.
Second scoop and score for the Whitehall Vikings, exactly. And that play just looked like it had nothing going right from the beginning right there, and ends up with a Whitehall defensive touchdown, and that'll give the Vikings a 41-0 lead. And we still have 6:36 left in the opening half. Things just getting more bleak for the Ludington Orioles here.
Did you see who returned that for what? Was that 72 I saw?
I think it was 72. I'm not positive on that. It could have been.
I thought it was 72.
Actually, they don't have a 72 on their roster.
I don't have it either, but I swear it was 72.
All right, in to attempt the point after for Whitehall will be number 7, Landon Howe. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Whitehall 42, Ludington nothing, 6:36 to go. Opening half. You are watching and listening to the Oriole Sports Network and 102.7 WMOM. Stay tuned, those fans.
You deserve more than just a fast quote when it comes to your insurance. With over 12 decades of experience, we at Smith & Eddy are here to provide you with the best information and to stand by your side when you need us most. With offices in Ludington, Scottville, and Manistee, we are happy to help at wherever home may be. Let our team of highly trained professionals help you find the best insurance to secure your lifestyle needs. The security you need from the people you know. Smith & Eddy Insurance.
Welcome back to Whitehall. Whitehall has just scored their second defensive touchdown, and they lead 42-0. 6:36 to go in this opening half. As you were mentioning, Evan, during the commercial there, it looked like they picked Trey up and they flipped him over and stripped the ball right there, and a scoop and score, as you said. All right, here's the kickoff from McDowell, and on the return, that looked to be Nathan Gilchrist. And Nathan gets the ball out to the Oriole, up past the 25. And let's see where they mark him down at.
Looks like they're going to say all the way back at the 22.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, it's going to be at the Oriole 22-yard line.
That's when you know nothing's going well.
Yeah. Well, looked over on the other side there where the Oriole bench is and so forth. It looked like he was out near the 25, but I'm going to be seeing my eye doctor here pretty soon. So
maybe an update on the glasses?
Yeah.
It's all right.
6:29 to go. Orioles 1st and 10.
You're preaching to the choir.
Dr. Branning. I'll be seeing Dr. Jennifer Branning.
There's a shout out.
Yep. Shout out to my eye doctor. Okay. Hackert rolling left. The pass is away, and it's caught out there. Nathan Gilchrist, nice yardage right there out to the Oriole 32, maybe 33-yard line. That will be an Oriole first down.
Nope, just short. It looks like
just short. No, the officials are saying move those flags.
Chain guys are sleeping.
That's all right, Evan. We'll take that. We need those small victories, to start moving that football. So 1st and 10 for the Orioles. 5:56 to go in the opening half. They have the ball at their own 32-yard line. Hackert there on that pass completion to Nathan Gilchrist. Hackert's going to roll right. His pass is away and caught by Nathan Gilchrist once again. And that'll be a gain of about 5. Let's see where they mark him. You notice there seems to be Hackert seems to be getting rid of that ball a lot quicker, Evan.
Yeah, this assignment for the offensive line, they're doing the best they can. And they're working hard, but it's tough, right? When they're getting back there within 2 seconds, it just doesn't give time for routes to develop. It doesn't give time for Chase to set his feet, and you're just starting from behind already. 2nd down and 6 for the Orioles, so a gain of 4 on that last pitch and catch from Hackert to Nathan Gilchrist. 5:33 remaining. Here comes a blitz. Hackert's pass is incomplete. Late penalty marker coming in. It could be a pass interference there, Evan. He might have got there just a little early over there from Whitehall's standpoint. It's gonna be a break for the Orioles if that's the case.
This officiating crew, they are not shy.
No, they are not
about bringing out the laundry. Yes, it's pass interference on Whitehall. Let's see here. Shout out to John Chaney, whose brother Eric. He's the guy who has the job of blowing the Badger horn.
It's an important job.
Yeah, when the Orioles score there at Oriole Field. So a shout out to John Chaney, the brother of Eric Chaney. Okay. 5:29 to go in the Trails 42-0. 1st and 10 for the Orioles. They have the ball at the Whitehall 49. Another penalty marker down.
I think that one's going to be on Whitehall, too.
And looks like it's going to be offsides. Boy, we've had a lot of penalties in this opening half. We've had turnovers, a lot of Whitehall touchdowns, two defensive scores.
I would have to guess there's never been a team up 42-0 with this many penalties against them. This has got to be a record.
We want to thank Smith & Eddy Insurance, our exclusive post-game sponsor. Smith & Eddy Insurance, covering all of the Lakeshore, a caring business foremost in insurance and community support. For peace of mind, let Smith & Eddy handle all of your insurance needs. First down and 5 for the Orioles. Ball on the Whitehall 44-yard line. Another offsides on Whitehall.
Oh, my Lord. Holy cow.
Wow, that's 3 penalties in a row on the Vikings.
Man, they're ready to get after the quarterback, I think.
Coach Sigmund sending in a couple new defenders.
Can't blame him. You can't be watching that over and over again.
Yeah, he's bringing out a couple of his starters. And he sends back number 67 into the ball game. Actually, that's one of his starters. Winston Napier is back in. So 1st and 10 for the Orioles. Ball on the Whitehall 40-yard line. 5:29. It seems like the clock's been there forever. And now we have a playoff, and it's for Finsky, and he's met immediately. He got the ball, and boom, he had no place to go. Whitehall had 5 defenders in there.
I think number big 73 was in there first.
Yeah, 73 just blew that one up, and that was Caden Waller. Loss of 3 on the play right there. Will bring up a second down for Ludington. Ball on the Whitehall 42-yard line. More shout-outs. A shout-out to Eleanor Anderson, who's a big Oriole fan, listening and watching on the Oriole Sports Network. That's Coach Rich Kirby's mother-in-law. And last week she was watching from Holland, where her son Tom lives. Pass picked off, and Hackert is able to make the tackle. The pass picked off right there, and on the interception made by number 3, Nate Bully. It seems like Nate Bully and Kyle Stratton, it seems like they're all over the field, both on offense and defense.
Yeah, they have an eye for the ball, making plays on both sides. He read Chase's eyes there really well and just jumped that route. Great job by Chase, though, to try to not make that a pick 6.
Exactly.
He was the last line of defense.
Yeah. Okay, we want to thank Urca Auto Center. But first, we got this play from Whitehall here. 1st and 10, ball on the Oriole 41-yard line. Stratton's pass is incomplete, intended out there for number 11, Trannon Aylor.
Penalty, Sue.
Penalty marker down. Boy, flag's coming in real late there.
I think that's going to be an unsportsmanlike on Ludington.
Urca Auto Center, one of our great sponsors. Mason County's only locally owned new car dealer, serving Mason County for the past 4 generations. Urca Auto Center, your one place to shop for all your automotive needs. Penalty on the Orioles. You said it was, Evan, and
yeah, look.
Boy, after a pass incompletion like that, you can't have that.
Nathan's pleading his case right now, but he's just got to be smarter than that. You know, you had an incompletion. There's no need to say anything. You know, we obviously don't know what he said from up here, but you can't be giving this team extra yards at this point in the game.
1st and 10 for Whitehall. Ball on the Oriole 26-yard line. 4:38 to go in the opening half. Whitehall 42, Ludington nothing. Kyle Stratton, the Whitehall quarterback. He'll keep the ball. Stratton still with it. Now he pitches it. Bully on the carry, and Bully has some good yardage before he's brought down. They're knocked out of bounds by Luke Hackert. Luke Hackert drove him out of bounds right there. We want to thank McGee Insurance Group, your number 1 Oriole fans. Auto Owners Insurance Group, a winning combination. We'll work with you to insure your home, auto, business, and life to keep everything you value safe, sound, and secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit the McGee Insurance Group in Ludington today or at www.mcgeeins.com. McGee Insurance Group, proud to support Ludington area school sports. All right, 2nd down and 5 for the Whitehall Vikings. Kyle Stratton back to pass. Now he's going to roll to his left, getting great blocking right there. Now Lehman's after him. And he gets away from Lehman. He's still on his feet, and he's going to be down inside the 10-yard line right there. He put another...
I think Levi Lehman's had enough of that move.
Wow. The move he put on Levi Lehman. You don't see...
No, Levi's
as good a player as Kyle Stratton is, you don't see players doing this to Levi Lehman, and he's had it done to him a couple times tonight. 1st down and goal to go for the Whitehall Vikings. 4:15 to go in the opening half. They lead 42-0. Again, this is Whitehall's homecoming. Last year we were here on October 3rd, and it was their homecoming. That was a non-league game. Stratton, he'll keep. Stratton following his blocking, and he is down near. He's in. Touchdown, Whitehall. Kyle Stratton, a 6-yard touchdown run. Now, that'll give the Vikings a 48-0 lead. 3:50 to go in the opening half. In to attempt the point after for the Vikings. Number 7, Landon Howe. Here's the snap. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Whitehall 49, Ludington nothing, 3:50 to go in the opening half. You are watching and listening to the Oriole Sports Network, a bird's eye view of local sports, along with 102.7 WMOM. Stay tuned.
At Pure Marquette Builders, we build the home of your dreams without the headaches normally associated with home building. Fast, simple, and completely customized to fit your needs. Pure Marquette Builders builds beautiful modular homes in the Ludington and surrounding West Michigan communities. Please call Scott at 231-398-7463 to discuss your future projects. Pure Marquette Builders is proud to support Ludington Oriole Athletics. Go O's!
Welcome back to Whitehall. Whitehall has just kicked off to the Orioles. It's a touchback. Ludington will start off 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Boy, Whitehall is all they're advertised to be, Evan. 2 defensive touchdowns to boot for the Vikings.
Yeah, this has been extremely impressive. Just doing it. You know, they have so many guys, too. You know, I was talking to some Whitehall guys today. They don't have a single player that plays both sides of the ball either. Just how it shows how much depth they have on this roster.
You sure on that? I got.
They try not to.
Okay, they try not to, but
that's a better way to
there
work.
are a few of them that are.
But very rarely.
Yeah.
Number 3, this the bully there, but very few.
Hackert's pass is picked off. Boy, things just go from worse to worse. Hackert's pass was overthrown there, picked off, and returning it all the way back to the Ludington 15-yard line. Nate Bully, we've mentioned his name, it seems like 150 times so far in this first half.
Yeah, he's having a heck of a night here.
And he's one of the guys that goes both ways.
One of the guys, yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as I open my mouth.
3:36 to go in this opening half. It seems like this opening half has lasted forever with all the penalties. We've had turnovers, and now Whitehall again in Oriole territory. 1st and 10, they have the ball on the Oriole 15-yard line.
If you're standing in the stands next to a handicap sign, you are in somebody's way.
Whitehall, Stratton's pass is complete, and on the reception for the Vikings, and boy, they made that look way too easy. Going into the end zone, number 11, Trannon Ayler. Kyle Stratton's pass to Trannon Ayler, and now Ludington trails by the score of 55-0, and we're still in the first half, folks. We have 3:17 to go in this first half, and the running clock
is here.
Is in effect. When you start the second half, it's 35, I believe, Evan.
35 in the second. I believe it's 50 in the first.
Yes, 50 in the first half. So the running clock is now in effect here at Whitehall. And to attempt the point after for the Vikings, number 7, Landon Howe. The snap is down and the kick is true. Whitehall 56, Ludington nothing. We're going to stay right here, folks, and we're going to give some love to some of our sponsors. Indian Summer Co-op, they are proud to be a sponsor of the Oriole Sports Network and our Ludington area athletes. We wish you all the best for this season of sports. Play strong, play proud, and as always, stay healthy. Go Ludington Orioles. Benedict's Auto Center, providing the best in auto body repairing and painting since the 40s. Benedict's Auto Center would like to remind you to exercise extra caution on the road. But if you do end up with a scrape, if you're an offender bender, or if you suffer major collision damage, give Benny a call, 231-613-4111. That's Benedict's Auto Center, 1742 US 10 between Ludington and Scottville. Evan.
Quick score update, Scoop. North Muskegon leading 14-0 over Ravenna in the battle for the Rivers Division title, most likely. Fruitport up 12-7 at half over West Catholic. That would be a major upset. And that would actually swing playoff points, kind of turn on its head as well in the Division 4. So we're going to keep an eye on that one.
All right. Orioles trailing Whitehall 56-0. 1:53 to go in the opening half. The running clock is in effect. Orioles home next week against the Muskegon Orchard View Cardinals. All right, here's the kick from Jack McDowell. It is fielded there. And on the coverage, good coverage by Whitehall, getting the ball out just barely over the 20 right there. And that was Aiden Gilchrist for the Orioles. We'd like to thank House of Flavors Manufacturing, our exclusive pregame sponsor. Delicious House of Flavors ice cream sold around the world, made right here in Ludington. House of Flavors Manufacturing, proud to help keep our hometown dynamic and support Ludington Oriole sports. Producing and distributing quality ice cream since 1937, pleased to be an important corporate citizen and premier employer in the Ludington community. That's House of Flavors Manufacturing. Learn more at www.houseofflavors.com. First and 10 for Ludington, ball on their own 21-yard line. 1 minute remaining in the opening half. And quarterback Hackert now, his pass is incomplete, intended out there for Gage Jones.
Another dangerous pass there by Chase. That was almost on pick six as well.
You can't, you feel for quarterback Chase Hackert now because he's been under heavy duress this entire first half.
Yeah, and you can tell, too, because they're affecting the throws. They're making him throw before he wants to, throw into coverages he's probably does not want to force that ball into, and this is the result of it.
All right, so we're down to 25 seconds remaining in the opening half.
Probably going to be the last play of the half.
Yeah. Hackert, and he'll give the ball there on the carry. Levi Lehman.
I think that's Trey, actually.
Well, you think that was Trey? I thought, that was Trey Forfinski on the carry right there. And a nice pickup for Trey right there. 6 seconds to go, and that will be the final play of the first half. Your score at the half from Whitehall, not pretty, Oriole fans. The Whitehall Vikings 56, the Ludington Orioles nothing. Back in 2 minutes here on 102.7 WMOM and the OSN. Stay tuned.
Hey Oriole Nation, this is Mike Benedict from Benedict Auto Center. We're excited to be at our new location on US 10 between Ludington and Scottville. We're just west of Amber Road. We invite you to come out and say hello, check out the new facility, see what we have to offer. We have all your collision needs. We have licensed technicians so we can get your car back on the road safely. Also, we're excited that we're almost 80 years in the business from when my grandfather and my father did it before me. Back in the 1940s, we're excited that we still keep the tradition going, and who knows what's going to happen leading into the future. Here at Benedict Auto Center, we're also excited to be part of the Oriole Sports Network, or OSN, as better suited by Scoop. And we look forward to being a part of this going forward, and are excited to be part of Oriole Nation. Go O's!
Indian Summer Montmorency Tart Cherry Juice is packed with natural anti-inflammatories to help reduce pain after exercise. It's the ultimate antioxidant that combats soreness, getting you back to the gym or on the trail faster. Indian Summer Tart Cherry Juice, ready to drink from fresh pressed tart cherries, grown and produced in the U.S. and always gluten-free. It's just sweet enough and priced just right. Bring home the great taste of real fruit. Bring home Indian Summer Montmorency Tart Cherry Juice. Ask for it at your local store.
When you think about your banking needs, the first place that should come to mind is Safe Harbor Credit Union. We put people over profits and shows in everything we do. I'm Adam Johnson, President and CEO at Safe Harbor Credit Union and former Ludington Oriole athlete. We're excited to once again be the premier halftime show sponsor for the Oriole Sports Network. At Safe Harbor Credit Union, we always put the members first. And here, you're more than just a number, you're family. If you haven't experienced the credit union difference, there's never been a better time to switch. We value our relationships with these student athletes. You can find us in the stands cheering for that next win, or find us in your local classrooms teaching financial literacy. That's what we value, being the local financial institution you can trust with all of your banking needs. When you invest with us, all of your money will be invested locally with local decision making. Your success is our success. We belong to you. Check us out at our new location at 5511 West US 10 in Ludington. We can't wait to have you join our family.
When you think paint, think Ludington Paint and Glass, the local source for all of your projects. With over 5,000 colors of top quality Benjamin Moore and Pittsburgh paint, you are bound to find the perfect colors for your next painting project. We are your color match experts. LP&G can help you design your Pinterest-worthy all-glass shower enclosure, bringing a spa-like feel to your home. We cover all your glass needs with on-site service of broken windows and screens and custom-cut tabletops, mirrors, and plexiglass. Ludington Paint and Glass, mixing paint and service since 1948. The local store with more, located at 213 South James Street in downtown Ludington. Call Ludington Paint and Glass at 231-843-8250. Follow us on Facebook at Ludington Paint and Glass. LP&G is proud to support Ludington sports. Welcome, those fans. We're at the half here at Whitehall. It's Whitehall's homecoming, and they are celebrating big time here right now with a 56-0 lead over our Ludington Orioles. It's been all Whitehall in this first half. The Orioles offense haven't not really been able to sustain any type of drives or get into any rhythm.
No, the only time we really got on the ball was really because of penalty yardage, for being frank. So running the ball, throwing the ball hasn't been there, inside, outside. I mean, it was going to be a tough night. I don't know if we thought it was going to be this tough. I mean, because there's been really no positives offensively. Unfortunately, the stats are having a little trouble to load. I wish I could give you a little more on that right now, but hopefully they'll load here before halftime ends.
Lots of penalties, lots of turnovers. And Whitehall, not used to turning the ball over. They turned it over a couple times early on. The Orioles couldn't capitalize on it.
Well, it just shows, I mean, they've turned the ball over, and they've had probably more penalties they had all year, and they're still at 56-0. So, I mean, you'd hate to see what the score would look like if they didn't do that.
We want to thank Safe Harbor Credit Union, our exclusive halftime show sponsor. Where your success is our success. We belong to you. Visit them at 5511 US 10 in Ludington, or give them a call, 843-2323. That's Safe Harbor Credit Union. Also, a shout out to Indian Summer Co-op. They are proud to be a sponsor of the Orioles Sports Network and our Ludington area athletes. We wish you all the best for this season of sports. Play strong, play proud, and as always, stay healthy. Go Ludington Orioles. Indian Summer, the exclusive sponsor of the Player in the Spotlight. We're going to step aside right now and listen to the interview I did earlier this week with Ludington Oriole cornerback Cole Johnson. Stay tuned, O's fans. Welcome, Ludington Oriole fans, to the Safe Harbor Credit Union halftime show. Indian Summer, Ludington Oriole Player in the Spotlight. That player for tonight's game is Cole Johnson. Cole is a senior. He wears jersey number 4, and he plays the cornerback position on defense, and he is a wide receiver on offense. Cole, what is the thing that you like most about the great sport of football?
I think I just like the team aspect of it. When we're doing well like we are right now, it's just cool to see the community come around you and everyone kind of recognize you and recognize the team and how well you're doing.
Speaking of how well the team has done this year, first year in the West Michigan Conference, you guys are 5-1 overall, and you are 3-1 right now in or is it 2-1? 3. I know it's 3-1. Yeah, 3-1. I had it right. 3-1 in the West Michigan Conference. It has been a very exciting season, and being a big part of that, Cole, that has to mean a lot to you and your teammates. I mean, the amount of fans that were at the game this past Friday night at home, the homecoming game against Manistee, had to really pump you guys up.
Yeah, especially just the amount of fans that we're seeing, and my senior year having such a good year so far, and almost a guaranteed playoff run. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool.
Big game tonight against the Whitehall Vikings, one of the toughest teams in the state, irregardless of class. I know you guys are looking forward to the challenge, aren't you?
Yeah, there's no pressure on us. All the pressure's on them, playing for a conference title. I think it'll be a pretty cool game.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Your plans for winter and spring sports, Cole?
I'm going to ski all winter time, and then as soon as spring comes around, I'll be playing baseball.
Okay. Your favorite teacher and class at Ludington High School?
I only have 2 classes at the school, so I'd have to say John Stowe is my favorite. First hour fisheries and wildlife, or I can't remember what it's called, but fisheries class.
Favorite food that Mom makes for you?
Any type of pasta. I like pasta a lot, and it's pretty good when she makes it.
Okay, and does Dad cook at all? You know, we got to get a plug in here for Dad, who is one of our Safe Harbor Credit Union, one of our big sponsors. Your dad, Adam.
A little bit. He's more just throw it in the oven or throw it in the microwave, but still not bad.
Role model or role models that you have?
Definitely my dad, my grandpa. Yeah.
Those are some pretty good role models to have. You're talking about Dad, Adam, and Grandpa Les?
Yeah.
Anybody watching or listening to the game tonight that you'd like to say hello to?
Not sure if my grandpa and grandma are at the game or not, but them and my great-grandma Parker.
All right. Well, Cole, we want to send a Bravo Zulu salute to you on being the Indian Summer Ludington Oriole player in the spotlight for tonight's game, and all the best to you and the O's this year. Go get them tonight, and good luck against the Vikings.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Whitehall. We're at the half. It's homecoming here at Whitehall. The Vikings up 56-0. Fun interview there with Cole Johnson. Nice young man. We got him as a baseball player as well.
Cole's a hoot, man. He's awesome.
He is, and comes from some good lineage.
Yes, his dad Adam's probably the best soccer player in Ludington history.
Adam Johnson, a member of the Mason County Sports Hall of Fame, the first real pure soccer player inducted. We've had some other folks inducted into the Mason County Sports Hall of Fame that were soccer players, but he was the first one that went in there with his primary sport being soccer. I mean, you got Olympian Matt Hughes in there too, but he was in because he was an Olympian in rowing, you know. So, Evan, you got some stats. They came up for you.
Yeah, they're not pretty, but we'll go through them either way. We're not just going to give the good ones. So, total offense, Ludington only 38 yards offensively. Whitehall 247 yards. Passing, Whitehall 100 through the air, 140 on the ground. Ludington's only been able to muster 27 through the air and 11 on the ground. Penalty yardage.
Oh, my goodness.
This is pretty incredible.
This is going to blow you away, folks.
Ludington's only got 4 for 35, which is still not great. Whitehall, who is up 56-0, has 14 for 115 yards.
And they're up 56-0, but yet they've been penalized 14 times for 115 yards.
That is the most we've seen all year by far, and we're only one half in. Turnovers here, we have 3 for the Orioles. Is it one for Whitehall?
Whitehall's turned it over twice. One fumble, one interception.
There it is. Turnovers 2. Sorry. Yep. 5 for the Orioles, 2 for Whitehall. Excuse me, I was looking at the wrong line there. Time possession, Ludington 12 minutes. Whitehall 10. They've been scoring quickly with firepower here. For Whitehall passing, quarterback Kyle Stratton 13 for 107 yards with 3 touchdowns and 1 reception. Chase Hackert 9 for 25, only 27 yards and 3 interceptions. Tough line for Chase.
Yeah.
On the ground, Whitehall has guys run the ball all over, but led by quarterback Kyle Stratton with 76 yards with 2 touchdowns. Defensively for the Orioles, led by Gage Jones, 6.5 tackles. Cole Johnson there for 2. For Whitehall, number 73, Caden Waller, 5 tackles, 2 for a loss.
He's a beast.
Yes, he's having a heck of a game.
73 is no doubt. Hey, I'd like to thank all the folks who are chiming in on the OSN right now, wishing me a happy birthday. Thank you, folks. That's really, really nice of you. And also, today is Miss Jen Miraz's birthday, the LHS athletic trainer. I know I mentioned earlier in the ball game. Miss Jen, also a retired teacher, Jim Klug, Daily News photographer, Jeff Kissel, and Ludington boys and girls soccer coach, Chris Anderson. We all celebrate the birthday on October 7th. I think Jim Klug might be the elder statesman of the group.
It's going to be close. I'm not sure. He's going to get mad at us if he's listening. You just said he's the old guy.
Yeah. Jim looks like he doesn't look that old, though.
True.
So, yeah, I'd like to also thank my mom for making me a delicious birthday cake earlier today, and I'm looking forward to enjoying a bite of that tonight when I get back home to Ludington after I get all the stats up and so on and so forth. And also, again, thank you to my dad and ma, Jim and Kathy Hansen, as well. We had a great lunch with them. I know I mentioned that earlier with my sister-in-law, my 2 nephews and niece as well at Chef John's today. And a shout-out to the Cluck Bucket as well. I know they were tuned in. And a shout-out as well to Dr. Brett Autry and his daughter Maggie, who are tuned in tonight watching the game on the Oriole Sports Network. I think right now we're going to step aside for 60 seconds. When we come back, more of the Safe Harbor Credit Union halftime show here on the OSN and 102.7 WMOM. Stay tuned.
House of Flavors Manufacturing has been producing and distributing quality ice cream since 1937. The company is a contract manufacturer of private label ice cream for some of the premier food store brands, as well as a provider of premium bulk ice cream for scoop shops and restaurants around the United States. For the 220 dedicated workers, employment at House of Flavors Manufacturing is worthwhile work as it brings fun and joy into people's daily lives and important celebrations. The business is always striving to make people smile while enjoying its delicious ice cream. House of Flavors Manufacturing is pleased to be an important corporate citizen and premier employer in the Ludington community. Yummy House of Flavors ice cream, sold around the world, is made right here in Ludington. House of Flavors Manufacturing is proud to help keep our hometown dynamic. You can learn more about House of Flavors Manufacturing at www.houseofflavors.com.
Welcome back to Whitehall. Before we get to talk about some of the other Ludington Oriole Fall sports teams, Evan, shout out, I know I gave a shout out earlier to my mom, Sharon Bonser, also to her husband, Rick Olds, who's tuned in tonight, and to my brother-in-law and sister, Lamonte and Shay Harris, who are now back in the area. They're living in the Fruitport area, and they're becoming Fruitport Trojans. So I know my two nieces are right there. Ludington, not doing that well tonight in football, but some of our other sports, and that has not, not taking anything away from what the Orioles have done. 5-1, they've had a real nice season. Yeah. They're just running into, like Coach Gunsel said in the pregame show, a beast of a different type tonight in the Whitehall Vikings. But some of our other teams are performing very well, and Evan, we'll touch on that right now.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's been a great week for Ludington Athletics. It really has. We'll start with boys soccer. Coach Anderson's squad here finished their first year in the West Michigan Conference, undefeated, 10-0, conference champions. Great, congratulations to them. They also are going to be the number 1 seed, it looks like, in district times here. I believe their first district game is October 17th down in Coopersville. They'll have to find out who they play once the first round's concluded, but it's a heck of a team they've got. They've had a great year, and they're looking to build that momentum into districts. It's a tough district, but I think this group of guys is ready for it, as they've been playing well all year.
Evan, before we get to the next sport, talking with Zach Webster, who, when I go to physical therapy at Spectrum Hospital, Zach, a big soccer fan. He was on Ludington's state championship team, a starter on that 2001 team. He loves talking soccer. He helps Coach Chris Anderson out quite a bit. He said it's going to be a tough district right there when you got Reese Puffer in there, you got Spring Lake and Fruitport.
And Allendale.
And Allendale in there with the Orioles. And like you said, that's pretty impressive that the Orioles are the number 1 seed in that district.
It might be the best district in Division II in the entire state of Michigan, so they're going to have their hands full. Girls golf qualified for state this past Wednesday, taking second at their regional. Emma McKinley, which we've talked about a lot this fall.
Wow.
The medalist shot a 76, won the whole thing.
What an athlete she is.
Congratulations to her and the entire team. They've had a great year, and it's awesome the entire team gets to go to state. All of them just have done a great job.
Coach Erica Reed has done a phenomenal job with that team.
Yep, so I know they're looking forward to going down to East Lansing is where they're going to be. Also going to East Lansing, the boys tennis team led by Coach Rob Killips, second at their regional that they got to host, second to only Petoskey, so they qualified as a team. Individual regional champs, Robbie Killips at 2 singles and Reese Ward at 4 singles, so they won the whole thing, but the whole team gets to go down to East Lansing as well for another year. So great job by the boys tennis team.
And Coach Kelly Hatch's girls swim team.
Yes, I believe they competed last night against Cadillac in a duel and won again. So I think that's back-to-back. Manistee previously and Cadillac last night, I believe is what it was.
And I know that they've been the whole team has been doing great, but the young freshman, Madison Barrup, I believe, she's having a phenomenal freshman year.
Yep.
Also, Cora Mailer is doing great. I think Reese Willis?
Yeah, Reese Willis. I believe, if I read correctly, Reese had one of her best nights last night in some events. So they're just loaded with young talent, and I know as their season's long, girls swim is an extremely long season. They're going to keep moving towards. Hopefully, they can qualify as well.
Coach Hatch's daughter, I think she has 2 daughters on the swim team.
Yep. So,
Erica and
God,
no,
she's going to kill me.
Kylie and Erica. Erica's. Thank you, Julia Havman, our OSN camerawoman, bailing us out right there.
Oh, boy.
I was going to be in big trouble from her grandpa, Mike Larson, if I didn't get that one right. Okay, so the Ludington fall sports team's doing very, very well. It is 56-0. We're at the half here. Whitehall celebrating their homecoming. They've just announced their king and queen. We're going to step aside right now, and we'll be back in 60 seconds here on 102.7 WMM and the Orioles Sports Network.
Welcome to Crown and Cork, Ludington's only waterfront kitchen and bar. We invite you to come in and experience our casual, fine dining with little or no wait. You don't need to wait for a special occasion. We are open Monday through Saturday, featuring craft cocktails, an extensive wine selection, and a seasonal changing menu that highlights what the Great Lakes have to offer. Guests rave about our signature Crown and Cork burger, maple bourbon salmon, and Great Lakes fish and chips. You'll be excited to hear what your favorite is. Bring your entire family. We encourage your children to explore our play area while waiting for food from our kid-approved menu. Summer and fall, we are open Monday through Thursday from 4:30 to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday from 4:30 to 10 p.m. We encourage you to confirm times via our website, Facebook, or Yelp. Be sure to add Crown and Cork on your list of great locations to visit in Ludington. We hope to serve you soon.
Gotcha, okay.
Welcome back to Whitehall. Scoop Hansen, the voice of the Orioles, along with Evan Cruzy doing color commentary. And, of course, as always, he's Coach Charlie Gunsel's official statistician. Also, Braden Kronline, our OSN WMOM technical engineer, and Julia Havman, our camera woman. And I think Julia's family, if any of them are listening, she's okay. She's down here in the booth right now. We're at the half, and she's not that frozen, and she's going to be just fine. So
we think,
we think she'll be fine. She's always fine. She does a great job for us. We'd like to thank Lundquist Furniture, West Michigan's largest furniture store, located at 203 North Main Street, downtown Scottville. Family owned and operated since 1940. For your furniture needs, call Lundquist, 231-757-3368. Some more shout outs. Gary Erdman, he's a big O's fan. Also, Michael Dennis. I'd like to send a shout out to Scott Stone. Also, Peggy Johansson and Jessica Karboski. All these folks tuned in, watching the O's on the OSN as well. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. I know she's a member of the Colby Nelson fan club. I think it's Shanna Nelson. Shauna, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Shanna Nelson. Jeffrey Hansen, no relation, but I know Jeffrey Hansen. Also, Jeremy Verstraat and Carrie Cooper. All shout outs. And Evan, you got any shout outs you want to make?
I think my mom, Mary Jo, and her husband Jim. I think they're at home listening. Jim's recovering from knee surgery, or knee replacement, I should say. He's getting a lot better, so I think they're tuned in tonight, hanging out, probably trying to stay warm.
How about great grandma? Grandma. Grandma, that's right. Yeah, your mom's going to smack me when she sees me next.
She's doing good. She's still recovering. She's a warrior at 99. We love her. She's doing great. And she's going to keep hanging in there as well.
All right. We want to thank McGee Insurance Group, your number one Oriole fans. Auto Owners Insurance Group, a winning combination. We'll work with you to insure your home, auto, business, and life to keep everything you value safe, sound, and secure. Auto Owners Insurance, no problem, people. Visit the McGee Insurance Group in Ludington today or at www.mcgeeins.com. McGee Insurance Group, proud to support Ludington area school sports. Also, a shout out to, PM Builders. They are located at 913 South Washington Avenue in Ludington. Our exclusive starting lineup sponsor, PM Builders, construct quality homes in the West Michigan area. If you're looking to build, give Scott a call to set up an appointment, 231-398-7463. Now, Evan, you look at the score, you look at the way the first half went down. What do you think Coach Gunsel and his coaching staff tried to get across to their players during halftime?
This is the kind of game, and we haven't had one of these yet this year, and that's a good thing, but this is the kind of game where you learn a lot about yourself mentally, right? It's cold. It's gone about as badly as it could go up to this point. It's really easy just to pack it in.
Mm-hmm.
Just to think about, I want to go home. I want to start the weekend. I don't want to do this anymore. You got to show some heart. You got to show some fight, because it's not always going to go your way. There's really good football teams around here. Whitehall's one of them, maybe one of the best, if not the best. So if you're Coach Gunsel and that staff, the message is, hey, show what we're about here. Show a culture change. We've talked about a lot this year. This year has shown a lot of culture change in Ludington football. Prove it, because it's really easy to be high and mighty when you're winning games, and it's awesome. But when you're losing a game like this, show some character, and I think these guys will.
And, coming into this game, we knew the Orioles were facing a really tough task tonight. But a little surprised by this, very surprised by the score at the half at 56-0.
Whitehall was a big favorite. We all knew that going into it. And that's not a shot at our guys. It's just a compliment to Whitehall. But, no, that first half went much worse than I think we expected. And the turnovers didn't help. And all the penalties, and it's just kind of a crazy first half. But you just got to try to move on. And there's some games too. You always want to learn from things, but there's also sometimes you just kind of wipe your hands clean and hey, let's just move forward.
Yeah. Folks, we'd like to thank Urca Auto Center, Mason County's only locally owned new car dealer, serving Mason County for the past 4 generations. Urca Auto Center, your one place to shop for all of your automotive needs. And, of course, Smith & Eddy Insurance, our exclusive post-game sponsor. Smith & Eddy Insurance, covering all of the Lakeshore, a caring business foremost in insurance and community support. For peace of mind, let Smith & Eddy handle all of your insurance needs. And we'd like to thank Lundquist Furniture, West Michigan's largest furniture store, located at 203 North Main Street, downtown Scottville. Family-owned and operated since 1940. For your furniture needs, call Lundquist 231-757-3368. A few more shout-outs. We're looking at the screen right now. Christine Schaefer, also Mike Patterson, who is watching in Kennewick, Washington. Also to, did I say Dawn Strandberg yet? I'm not sure. If I did, I just did. Luke Lucas, Doug and Michelle Soper, and also Ron Smolin. I thought Ron might stop by tonight. He's a Whitehall guy. I played high school baseball and football against him back in the early 80s. Quite an athlete from Whitehall, football player, baseball player, and he's now a member of the Medicine Men. That's a group that played at Thad Shank's, Thad and his lovely wife Jennifer's wedding reception, the Medicine Men. So shout out to Ron Smolin. Also Miranda Blanton, Anton Egabine. He said, let's go, listening from South Texas. All right, J.R. Michael, come on, O's. Dan Snagowski, he's watching. J.R. Michael, hey, watching with my newborn baby girl. Hope the O's can get things going. Annette Espinoza, she is a retired LHS paraprofessional. She's tuned in tonight to the OSN. And we're getting ready for play here to start in the second half. Also, Shelby Sobraski. Hi, Shelby. Shelby, the SS Badger, Lake Michigan Car Ferry Director of Marketing and Public Relations, all that good stuff. And I always enjoy working with Shelby on the Badger. She sometimes even works as an entertainer on the Badger. So she's tuned into the OSN. And Whitehall will be kicking to Ludington. The running clock will be in effect this entire second half as the Orioles trail 56-0.
I believe it's the super running clock as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I always looked at it. Rick Catt taught me when I first started doing public address announcing over at Hawley Gym and running the scoreboard. He said, Todd, when we have the running clock in effect, once it's injuries and timeouts, you stop the clock for. But once you get inside 2 minutes, it becomes fit. And fit means fouls, injuries, and timeouts. Of course, we're looking at a little bit different jargon and terminology here when it comes to football. Slightly. Okay, Whitehall to kick off, and kicking off for the Vikings will be number 14. And she steps into the ball, and that was Abby Berman, who kicked off the Orioles. Nathan Gilchrist picks the ball up. Gilchrist breaks a couple of tackles. He's out over the 23 to about the 24-yard line of Ludington. Coming out for the Orioles, let's see here. We got Aiden and Nathan Gilchrist out there. Mike Nichols, the center. Right tackle, Adam Keffer, 54. The right guard, 52, Charlie Gamble. The left guard, 53, Will Luce. The left tackle, 62, Corbin Wagonmaker. Aiden Gilchrist, Nathan Gilchrist, the receivers to the near side. Far side, I believe, is Gage Jones. Orioles double slot backs right now. Chase Hackert is the quarterback, and they'll give it to Sunshine Schillinger. Schillinger trying to get outside, and Whitehall's defense just way too quick. Wow, and you know how we all know how quick David Sunshine Schillinger is. The Whitehall defense, great job of swarming him.
Yeah, that just gives you a lot of perspective, right? Because we always talk about how Dave's one of the fastest athletes we know. Well, he just looked a little slow right there.
Did they fumble? I guess.
Did we fumble that?
We had to. Whitehall is on offense.
Apparently we fumbled.
Apparently we're
not
boy,
paying attention very well.
No, we're not. But I did not see that ball come loose there. I apologize, Oriole fans. A fumble on the play. Whitehall takes over, 1st and 10, and they'll have the ball on the Oriole 23-yard line. So 10:21 to go. Running clock is in effect. Did not see the fumble on the play right there, but obviously it happened. Whitehall with the ball, and On the carry for the Vikings, number 23, and that is Darnell Mack, who is a junior. He's in at running back for the Vikings. Also, the new quarterback for Whitehall looks to be Camden Thompson, who wears number 9. Whitehall, number of new players out there right now with a 56-0 lead, 9:46 clock running. On the carry for the Vikings and turning it around, and he's going to go, no, he's going to be out of bounds inside.
Short.
Yep, just short. That was number 6, and that was Kamar Reddy on the carry for Whitehall. He takes it all the way down inside the Oriole 5. He's down actually to the 1-yard line.
Whitehall's still playing with a little bit of urgency here, trying to get some guys some snaps, it looks like.
Yeah. Camden Thompson is now in at quarterback for Whitehall. He wears number 9. He fumbles the ball. Now he's going to be brought down by a flock of Orioles. And Whitehall will have the ball back at right around their 8-yard line, I do believe. Oh, no, they're going to give him forward progress down to about the 6. And penalty markers down as well. Now, you heard the public, you and I talked about that, Evan, having a hard time seeing a lot of those penalty markers down. I don't know if it's just.
Looks like we got a hold on Whitehall.
Maybe they don't have, the super yellow ones. They're not using tonight. I don't know.
I think actually our tech guy, Braden, had this right. I think they're just kind of dropping it by their feet, just kind of walking. I need a little more exaggeration on the flag toss here.
Well, most of the time you see those, like a lot of times in the NFL, you see those flags thrown sometimes 15 yards. All right, the penalty on Whitehall right there. That's going to take the ball back. It's going to be a first down and goal to go from the Oriole 16-yard line. Another flag down. Thompson's going to be brought down there. There's a fumble on the play, and it's recovered by the Orioles. Cole Hackert was over there, and also it looked like Luke Hackert was around there. Penalty is on Whitehall. Declined. Ludington football. The Orioles defense causing a turnover right there. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Orioles, and the ball will be on their own. Let's see where they're marking it here.
25?
24, just south of the 25-yard line. Wind has really died down, and it's turned into a beautiful Michigan fall evening here at Whitehall weather-wise.
Finally, we had a lot of games where we feel like we were in summertime.
We talked about that early in the year, too. You watch, we're going to get to week 7 at Whitehall, and it's going to be...
And we're going to start complaining
exactly.
about the cold.
All right, here's a carry, and not much running room right there. Hackert handed the ball off. I believe that was... Let's see, I think that was for Vince. That was Joe Benz on the carry. Benz in the ball game. He wears number 20. Joe is a junior. Just Orioles have not had any running room tonight, whether they've tried to run the ball inside or outside, Evan.
No, and it doesn't look like it's going to change much, even with some second stringers coming in here for Whitehall.
And quarterback Chase Hackert really has not had a lot of time to pass. We're not trying to put down our offensive line or anything. That's just the way things have happened tonight against the Whitehall Vikings. Whitehall defense has been in there quickly. Here's a run and pick up by, I think that was Benz once again.
Yep, Joe.
Joe Benz on the carry right there. 6:11 to go in the third quarter. Running clock is in effect. Orioles have the ball on their own 25-yard line. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 9 for Ludington. Mike Nichols over the ball. Hackert, long count, in motion, Benz. Hackert will keep. Hackert finally gets some running room. He's got an Oriole first down. Chase Hackert, good job of reading the Whitehall defense right there, keeps the ball and picks up a first down.
Yeah, you like to see positive yards, and you like to see Chase make the right read. They kept it about as lazy as he could, and then good acceleration there to pick up the first down.
You'd like right now, Evan, just to see the Orioles put together some sustained drives, chew up the running clock with going right now, and punch in a couple scores to have some good momentum going into next week against Muskegon Orchard View.
It's still a great opportunity to try to execute, right? You can't just stop playing hard. That's not how this works. It's going to give this a lot of new guys some reps too. Guys like Joe Benz. I see Daniel Ramirez in there now. Let's get them some touches too. Good chance for them to improve.
Joe Benz on the carry. He'll cut it back inside, and he'll have the ball to about the Oriole 40-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7 for the Orioles. Again, the running clock in effect, and where the first half seemed to last forever.
Yeah, this one's going to fly.
Yes.
Ooh,
that's not. Yeah,
that's not what we're
you and
looking
I
for.
heard the same thing. We said it at the same time. Montague leading Fremont 20-0, and that's we were really pulling. If you're an Oriole fan, you'd be pulling for Fremont in that game.
And that is due to the playoff point system. We would like Fremont to qualify. That would help kind of keep us out of the Grand Rapids region.
We'd like to host a game.
That is
all right. Hackert straight up the gut. Hackert all the way to the Whitehall 45-yard line. Chase Hackert. Nice run straight up the gut. 1st and 10 for the Orioles. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Getting a little push up front there, finally.
We are.
Good to see up Chase 2 runs up the middle now.
Yeah.
See if we kind of go back to that look. If it's working, keep doing it.
And obviously, with a 56-0 lead, Whitehall coach Tony Sigmund, he's resting a lot of his starters.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And as you would think he would do at 56-0. Yeah. Hackert again up the gut, and he's got another nice gain of about 4 on that play. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 6 for Ludington. 3:26 to go in the third quarter. McCullough on the tackle for Whitehall. You see Daniel Ramirez out there on the playing
Looks like Cole Johnson on some offense too on the far side there. Number 4.
That is Cole Johnson, and also Luke Hackert in the game. We're number 13. All right, in motion is Benz. Benz gets the handoff, and he's going to be dropped for a loss on the play. Ludington just cannot get outside on this Whitehall defense, whether it's the first stringers or the second stringers. 3rd down for the Orioles. Ball is at the Whitehall 45-yard line.
Looks like Joe Ben's a little hobble after that too. Kind of got his ankle twisted, kind of limping a little bit.
So a loss of 4 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10. We'll have the scores, area scores, also the stats, individual stats, team stats. The scoring summary will all be on the OSN later this evening, folks. Hackert.
That's actually Gage Jones there.
I'm sorry, Gage Jones, yes. Gage Jones wears number 1, and he gets about 1 yard on the play. It's going to bring up a 4th and 9 for the Orioles with 2:03 to go in the third quarter.
I'd assume we'll go for it here. I mean, why not? What do you got to lose?
Yeah. Actually, they mark it right at the 45, so no gain on the play. 4th and 10 for Ludington. Gage Jones goes over, gets a word from his head coach, Charlie Gunsel. Gage comes back to the huddle. You're right, Cole Johnson, our Indian Summer player in the spotlight on the Safe Harbor Credit Union halftime show. Daniel Ramirez lines up in the slot. Cole Johnson, the receiver, on the near side. And now Gage Jones, he'll pass, and the pass is complete. And catching it, Levi Lehman. And Lehman's got an Oriole first down. Boy, that pass right on the numbers. Gage Jones showing some great accuracy there, Evan.
Well, we know Gage Jones has a great arm from the springtime. So,
yes, we do.
I don't think he's going to have a problem throwing the football at all.
It was fun watching him from center field last year throw out a number of runners trying to score. And the shaking up Orioles, number 53, Will Luce. Will and his family rode the Badger a few weeks ago. I happened to be working that day, and they were having a really good time playing the world famous.
Oh, I'm sure they loved it.
Badger bingo. Big ship, more fun.
Season's almost over, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, no.
October 16th is our final day. In fact, I've only got 4 working days left. Okay, 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. Gage Jones at quarterback. He'll give the ball now. And on the carry, that's Joe Benz. And Benz is down to the Whitehall 20-yard line. Joe Benz on the carry. Making the stop for Whitehall. Looked to be Lucas Palmer. I'll tell you what, their public address announcer here, he's very active. I mean, he's...
Well, when you got to go through 100 cheerleaders, it's going to take a while. He's got a big job here.
Well,
it might take the rest of the game how fast his clock's moving now.
Oriole fans, that was the last play of this third quarter with a running clock in effect. Whitehall 56, Ludington nothing. Back in 60 seconds here on 102.7 WMOM and the Oriole Sports Network, a bird's eye view of local sports. Stay tuned.
Hey everyone, this is Trent Lundquist from Lundquist Furniture. We've been serving West Michigan since 1940. We're here to serve you guys as a full-blown furniture store. So we have mattresses, we have recliners, we have dining room tables, anything that you would need to furnish your house, we have it. And we provide one of the best services around on the west side of Michigan. We will go anywhere in the whole state of Michigan. We will deliver it, we'll service it, we'll take care of you. I just want to appreciate you guys for being customers of ours, and we're here to serve you, and that's what we do. We're here for the Orioles. We're here for the Cardinals. We're here for the Spartans. We're proud to be a sponsor of this Oriole Sports Network.
Welcome back to Whitehall. We're at the end of three quarters. Whitehall 56, Ludington nothing. We want to thank Ludington Paint and Glass. They have been mixing paint and service since 1948. The local store with more, located at 213 South James Street, downtown Ludington. When you think paint, think Ludington Paint, the local source for all your painting projects. Give owner Matt Ewing a call, 231-843-8250. You can also look up Ludington Paint and Glass at www.ludingtonpaint.com. First and 10 for the Orioles. Second and 1 for the Orioles. First play of the fourth quarter. Jones will give the ball to, that's, I believe, was that Ramirez there?
Joe Benz.
Joe Benz, and boy, did Benz take he earned those yards. That was a decleater he took there at the end, too. He absolutely got pulverized. He's a tough kid, though. He's up, and he's walking back to the huddle. Good news is he's not looking like Naheem Hines did last night, the running back from the Colts after the first play of the game. Luckily, his linemen were able to get him off the field. That's a scary thing.
That game was so bad I couldn't watch it. That was a bad Thursday night
Wow.
game.
They usually have pretty good Thursday games. That was not one last night.
That was not one of them.
First and 10 for the Orioles. Ball on the Whitehall 14-yard line. 11-17 to go in the game. Running clock in effect. Ben's in motion. Gage Jones will keep. Gage Jones, he's got some room. Still on his feet, and he's down inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line of Whitehall. A little bit... Evan, I'm not sure about the final score, but you were there last night. Whitehall JV defeated our JV, coached by Rich Kirby.
Yeah, I want to say it was around 44-6. I'm probably a little off on that. Tough night for Ludington JV team there. Played a really nice first half. It was 14-6 late in the first half. Whitehall scored late, and after that, the kind of wheels fell off the wagon a little bit. Whitehall, all sophomore JV team. Though. Wow. We're almost an all freshman JV team. So it was a tough matchup. They're extremely talented. But they did a lot of things well. We thought. The score did not indicate exactly how we thought the game would.
What you're saying is Whitehall is going to be tough for the foreseeable future.
Whitehall's future is very good in football too.
Second and 7 for the Orioles. 10-18 to go. Gage Jones will pitch the ball. Sunshine Schillinger not able to get outside, and he's dropped for a loss. Wow, number 30 for Whitehall coming up right there. And Abram Stout. Boy, showing some speed there. Made a great tackle on Sunshine Schillinger.
That's my son. He got moved up. That's why it's not on the list.
We thank the Whitehall camera woman who's here. Your first name again? Gentry Stout, and her son made that play for Whitehall. Very proud mom right next to us right now as he was able to bring down David Schillinger for a loss on the. Well, actually, they give him back to the line of scrimmage. Keeping the ball, Gage Jones, and it's a couple of hard-earned yards there, Evan.
Whitehall's still laying hits. They're still playing, so if you're gonna take the ball, just be prepared.
Fourth and. It's going to be about 4th and 8 for the Orioles. 9:13 to go in the game. The Orioles trying to get on the scoreboard here. It's been a really tough night all the way around for our Ludington Orioles. All right, Gage Jones is the quarterback. He wears number 1. He's got Daniel Ramirez in the slot. Luke Hackert, the receiver, to the near side. They're going to run the ball. Getting outside. Now he's going to cut it back in, but he's going to be short of the first down. I believe that was Joe Ben, or was that Schillinger?
That was Joe Benz.
Joe Benz on the carry. Okay. Joe Benz wears number 20. Whitehall's defense stops the Orioles, and with 8:40 to go in the game, Whitehall's offense takes over. That was the Orioles' most impressive, most successful drive they've had this ball game, Evan.
Yeah, did a lot of things well. They were able to run the ball up the middle more successfully there, but, it kind of gets tight there once you get in the red zone towards the goal line, so they were able to fill those gaps, and unfortunately, we were able to punch one in. But it would have been nice to punch one in there.
So Whitehall will take over at their own 6-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. 8:12 to go. Running clock is in effect. They lead 56-0. That was the score at the half, folks. Whitehall celebrating their homecoming this week. Ludington celebrated theirs last week with their victory over Manistee. Here's a run and a fumble. Ludington's recovered. Boy, good job by the Orioles. They're stripping that ball from the Whitehall running back, and the Orioles recover the fumble. And Ludington's going to be in some pretty good field position right here with 7:45 to go in this ball game.
Looks like that was Adrian Salazar with the recovery.
Yes, it was. Adrian Salazar with the recovery, and I'm not sure who stripped the ball right there. But a good job by the Oriole defense going in there and stripping the ball away from the Whitehall running back. Ludington has the ball on the Whitehall 16-yard line. 7:17 to go in the game. Gage Jones, the quarterback. He's by himself in the backfield. He's got that's Benz in motion. Gage Jones passed incomplete. He tried to find Levi Lehman over there. That ball was an absolute seed he just threw.
Yeah, probably a little too much. He didn't need to throw it that hard. I think it was a little behind Levi as well, but he was open. That play was designed well, and they had an opportunity.
Yep. An absolute laser that Gage Jones just threw. Just too much on that pass. A little too high for Levi Lehman. 2nd down and 10. 6:44 to go in the ball game. Next week, the Orioles back at Oriole Field, the friendly confines of Oriole Field, and they'll take on the Muskegon Orchard View Cardinals in a West Michigan Conference Lakes Division game. In motion, Benz. Ben's trying to get outside. Now he's tripped up and a loss on the play. $6:16 to go. He just looked like he lost his footing there a bit. The ball is, looks like it's resting about the 19-yard line. No, I'm sorry. It's at the about the 14. I was off by 5.
No, I think you're right. 19. Yeah, it's 19, Scoop.
See, I should have went with my first option.
Always trust your gut.
It is getting a little darker here.
It is. It's getting a little harder to see.
5:42 to go. 3rd and 12 for the Orioles. Long count, and now we're going to have a motion on Ludington.
Like 57 there.
Any other scores coming in, Evan?
Yeah, thanks, Scoop. Yeah, great. Thanks for reminding me.
Sure.
North Muskegon up 21-0 over Ravenna.
Wow.
So looks like they might clinch the first ever Rivers title there. And
that score doesn't surprise me that North Muskegon is winning that game, but by the margin.
Yep. And then Fruitport up 20-13 on Grand Rapids West Catholic through 3. So they're in the 4th quarter too. So between the Montague Fremont and then the Fruitport West Catholic game, the scores are not going the direction we were looking for.
Okay, 4:58 to go. The Orioles facing a 3rd and 17. Ball is on their own 20, far on the Whitehall 25. Gage Jones running out. He's got some running room. Gage now with it, and he is down inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. So a nice gain there by Gage Jones. That was a 3rd and 17. A nice pickup. He's got the ball inside the Whitehall 10 to about the 8. And they'll bring up a 4th and 3 for the Orioles. 4:28 left in the ball game. Whitehall, of course, resting their quarterback, Kyle Stratton, who had a pretty impressive first half. And so did Nate Bully.
Yeah, these second stringers, man, they're playing hard. They're showing a lot of potential, too, with the JV team. And, Whitehall having freshman football with a school of just over 600 kids is extremely impressive and just shows how committed the school is to not just this season football, but all seasons coming forward.
I totally concur with you, Evan. All right, 4th and 3 for the Orioles. Ball at the Whitehall 8. Gage Jones, he's going to run right. His pass is away, and it's caught. Ludington are they in or they're close? They're down to the 1 yard line on the reception.
That was Derek Dunsel.
Derek Gunsel, who we don't call his name that often on offense. He is the Orioles nose tackle on defense, and he made that catch, and the ball is at the 1 yard line. So 3:31 to go in the game. Ludington with the first down and goal to go at the Whitehall 1 yard line. Be nice, really nice to see the O's punch this in.
Absolutely. Would it change anything game-wise? No, but for just how you feel, make you, something positive for this game, it'd be huge.
Let's see, Gage Jones. Let's see if Gage Jones tries to run this in. In motion, bends, Jones, touchdown, Orioles! Gage Jones, a 1 yard touchdown run. Ludington on the scoreboard with 2:58 to go in this game. A 1 yard touchdown run by Gage Jones. Whitehall 56, Ludington 6. See if the Orioles are going to go. Yeah, they're going to attempt the point after with Lincoln Patterson. Lincoln Patterson, he is kicking because Miles Wilson, the Orioles' normal kicker, is out with an injury. So Lincoln Patterson in to attempt the point after. The holder, I believe, is Michael Wilson.
Yep.
That's Miles' younger brother. The snapper, probably the only 6'9" long snapper in the state of Michigan. The kick is up, no good. The snap was good. The kick is just drilled left, no good. So with 2:11 to go in the game, your score, the Whitehall Vikings 56, the Ludington Orioles 6. We're going to stay right here. And anybody else chiming in? Any interesting? Let's see here. Mike Lansky. How is Whitehall only Division 4? Seems like they need. Yeah, Ludington's probably thinking that. Seems like they need to move up.
Scoop.
Yeah.
One thing too. Whitehall is the smallest Division 4 as well by one student. I was told.
That's true. You got a good point right there. Yeah, they're just very, very talented. Wayne Holden. He says Whitehall is amazing. Yes, they definitely are amazing this season. They had a very good year last year as well. Anybody? Let's see here. Coach Jamie Sycon. Yep, he goes, I love how our guys are still fighting. We never lose when we learn. Let's go, O's. That's a very good point there, Coach Jamie Sycon. And on that touchdown run there by Gage Jones, Coach Sycon, this is just especially for you. Woo!
That a boy, Scoop. Way to get one in.
I had to get one in tonight.
Had to.
All
Absolutely.
right. 1:08 to go. The running clock in effect. Ludington trails 56-6. A very, very talented and a very, very good Whitehall football team that the Orioles have seen tonight. Ludington gets Orchard View next week at Oriole Field. The following week, the battle for the Lumberman's Trophy, our county rival, comes to town, the Mason County Central Spartans. Here is the kick by Lincoln Patterson, and bringing it back for the Vikings. It's fumbled. The ball is fumbled. Let's see. I think Whitehall was able to recover, though. Whitehall has the ball out over the Oriole 50-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Whitehall. 24 seconds left in the game. The running clock in effect. Whitehall lining up, and that will be it right there, folks. Your final score in this battle, this West Michigan Conference Lakes Division matchup between the Ludington Orioles and the Whitehall Vikings. The Whitehall Vikings 56, the Ludington Orioles 6. Back in 2 minutes here on 102.7 WMOM and the Oriole Sports Network. Stay tuned, O's fans.
At Pure Marquette Builders, we build the home of your dreams without the headaches normally associated with home building. Fast, simple, and completely customized to fit your needs. Pure Marquette Builders builds beautiful modular homes in the Ludington and surrounding West Michigan communities. Please call Scott at 231-398-7463 to discuss your future products. Pure Marquette Builders is proud to support Ludington Oriole Athletics. Go O's!
Indian Summer Montmorency Tart Cherry Juice is packed with natural anti-inflammatories to help reduce pain after exercise. It's the ultimate antioxidant that combats soreness, getting you back to the gym or on the trail faster. Indian Summer Tart Cherry Juice, ready to drink from fresh-pressed tart cherries, grown and produced in the U.S., and always gluten-free. It's just sweet enough and priced just right. Bring home the great taste of real fruit. Bring home Indian Summer Montmorency Tart Cherry Juice. Ask for it at your local store.
You deserve more than just a fast quote when it comes to your insurance. With over 12 decades of experience, we at Smith & Eddy are here to provide you with the best information and to stand by your side when you need us most. With offices in Ludington, Scottville, and Manistee, we are happy to help at wherever home may be. Let our team of highly trained professionals help you find the best insurance to secure your lifestyle needs. The security you need from the people you know. Smith & Eddy Insurance.
Hey, folks, we want to thank Smith & Eddy Insurance, our exclusive post-game sponsor. Smith & Eddy Insurance, covering all of the Lakeshore, a caring business foremost in insurance and community support. For peace of mind, let Smith & Eddy handle all of your insurance needs. Well, Evan, tonight it was all Whitehall. They were everything that we thought they would be, and then some.
Yeah, I go back to the point we talked about at halftime too. You just tip your hat to Whitehall. You say, "Great job," and just move on. Yeah. Don't get discouraged. Don't get down. They're an excellent football team. There's still so much ahead of this for Ludington. Don't let this game. This game means nothing at the end of the day.
Well, we're coming off that really huge victory against Manistee, our arch rival. One of the oldest rivalries in the state of Michigan. 145th meeting last Friday. We got the county game coming up here, the battle for the Lumberman's Trophy.
Which it's been a long time, too, since we played for
that. It has, because of the COVID. We haven't been able to play Mason County Central.
Last year, Mason County Central only ran JV, so it's been 3 years since that game has been played. So between that trophy, hopefully looking like hopefully a playoff game down the road, there's still a lot to be looking forward to for Ludington football. Learn what from you can with this, and let's get ready to go next week with OV.
Muskegon Orchard View next week at Oriole Field, and then the following week Mason County Central. And very possibly we could be right back here
there's a chance we could come back here for round
in 3
one.
weeks for round one.
That is definitely a possibility still.
Yeah, against the Whitehall Vikings. We're hoping that things work out to where Ludington gets to host an opening playoff game. Yep. That things go like they should go in the next 2 weeks.
And the thing for Ludington here is obviously, with the point system, it's always fun to look at other teams, but focus on what you can control, right? What you can control is how you prepare and play against OV and Mason County Central. You take care of business, end up 7-2. Let the chips fall where they're going.
As you said, Evan, perfect. Take care of business one game at a time, beginning with Orchard View next Friday. And then they'll close out the regular season at Oriole Field against the Spartans of Mason County Central. You got any stats? These will also be on the Oriole Sports Network page later this evening, folks. But Evan Cruzy, Coach Charlie Gunsel's official statistician, and he's going to give those to you right now. The final score here, Ludington falling by the score of 56-6.
Yep, here we go. So total offense here, Orioles finished with 124, Whitehall 272. Passing for the Orioles 46, Whitehall 107. Rushing 78 for the Orioles, 165 for Whitehall. Leading the Orioles on defense, Gage Jones, 7.5 tackles. Offensively, able to punch in Gage Jones with 1 touchdown as well.
Coach Charlie Gunsel is here. He's entered the box and the press box here at Whitehall. Coach Gunsel, Whitehall, just as you said they would be. We talked about it often during the game, Evan and myself. Very, very talented team. Yeah. You look at the first half, they put up 56 points, 2 defensive scores right there. They had 115 yards in penalties in the first half. When you wouldn't think that a team would be up 56-0 when they had that many penalty yards.
Yeah, we were kind of feeding the beast. I mean, we thought our only way to really be successful offensively was to, get in a quick passing game. And what that did is it took that first quarter and made it about an hour and a half. So, we gave them a lot of opportunities. And we knew we needed to play a perfect football game where we were going to need some breaks. And we certainly didn't get them, turning the ball over a couple of times. And, once they get rolling, I'm telling you, Scoop, once they get going, it's a scary deal when you're at field level. Those are big bodies moving real fast.
Yeah, I noticed it was interesting, Coach. You guys won the coin toss, right, and you decided to put Whitehall out there on offense first, and you're thinking on that.
Well, we just wanted to see how we match up, because then it dictates what you do offensively.
Sure.
I mean, if they go through you like a hot knife through butter, then you got to make some different changes. If you get a stop, then you can kind of open up a little bit more offensively. So we wanted to, we certainly had a thought on how we were going to match up, but I wanted to see it firsthand, and they were as advertised. I thought, defensively we hung in there as much as we could in the first half, but you just can't give them that many opportunities, and you certainly can't turn the ball over.
Yeah, and your defense got uncharacteristically. Stratton had an interception right there on their first offensive possession, and they also turned the ball over on a fumble there early on. But your offense just couldn't get any footing, any traction against this Whitehall defense.
No, they absolutely took away everything we like to do. They were very well coached. They were in the right spots, and they won all the one-on-one matchups. I mean, we're putting guys out, where we feel like we have a good matchup, and they're absolutely destroying it. I mean, they're not just making plays; they are destroying kids on the perimeter. So, yeah, it got tough. We just talk and you try to find something you can hang your hat on, and we really all night had nothing we could hang our hat on.
It was nice to see Gage Jones punch that one in at the end. You got at least a little bit of a good feeling going into next week as you host the Muskegon Orchard View Cardinals.
Yeah, it's important for Gage to take reps, and he hasn't gotten a lot of reps this year at quarterback. Chase has taken, 95% of them, and we don't know what direction we're going to go next year. Gage is a junior, and we have some younger quarterbacks, but we, nothing's put in stone. So those are critical reps for Gage, and I thought he ran the offense to the best of his ability.
You get the Muskegon Orchard View Cardinals next week, and then the Mason County Central Spartans to close the regular season out, both games at Oriole Field, and who knows how this is going to pan out come playoff time. But I know that your boys will be back. They'll be competitive next week, and they're looking forward to being home against the Muskegon Orchard View Cardinals.
Yeah, and even at halftime, we're talking to the kids, and we understand the situation we're in. But when you have kids come to you and say, "Hey, they're really good," you don't hear it because most high school kids are too cocky to admit that somebody else is better at something than they are. But I mean, and these are our leaders coming to us and say, "Hey, we got our hands full, and this is going to be really difficult." So, hats off to Whitehall and what they've built here. This is what everybody wants to be, and they have it rolling. And I truly believe, and we may see them again. We may see them down the road again. But I think this is a team that has potential for quite a run.
I think you're right, Coach, and we thank you for coming up.
Right,
we look
guys,
forward to talking to you next week at Oriole Field, the Ludington Orioles and the Orchard View Cardinals. Thanks, Coach. Have a safe drive home. Coach Charlie Gunsel and his team on the short end tonight against a very talented and powerful Whitehall Vikings team, falling 56-6.
Let's ice up and get ready for OV, Scoop. Nothing else to say, nothing else you can do. Get healthy, get ready to go. The Orioles are going to be just fine moving forward.
So with that, we would like to thank again all of our sponsors down the line, and make sure you check out the Oriole Sports Network later tonight, folks. We'll have those stats up there. We'll have the scoring by quarter. We'll have area scores of interest, all that good stuff up on the OSN later this evening. And with that said, for our executive director and producer back in Ludington, Thad Shank, also for my sidekick tonight doing color commentary, and also Coach Charlie Gunsel, statistician, Evan Cruzy, also for our technical director for the OSN and WMOM, Braden Cronline, and we can't forget our camera woman.
She earned her paycheck tonight.
She definitely earned her paycheck tonight up on the press box roof here at Whitehall, the one and only Julia Habman. This is the voice of the Ludington Orioles, Todd Scoop Hansen, saying so long from Whitehall. Once again, your final score, the Whitehall Vikings 56, the Ludington Orioles 6. Good night, folks, and we look forward to talking to you next week from Oriole Field. Have a great weekend.